following is a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports.
They will win it back out to the blue line. Wyatt with a shot tipped is in! McKenna Tronis makes it 3-2 with 1:03 remaining, a 6-on-5 goal. And there's live.
It's time for the State Varsity Hockey Tournament on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports, presented by the South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association. The State Hockey Tournament is brought to you by Zander Auto Parts, the Aberdeen Chamber, Wagner Auto, Allied Plumbing and Heating, Weatherall, and the Fieldhouse.
Here comes a puck in front and goes up over the top. And the Sioux Falls Flyers at 13:43 are going to score their first goal in the second period and their first goal of the game.
And by Bauman Lumber, DJ's Senix, Stalkin Peterson LLP, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, First United Methodist Church, and River Bottom Sanitation.
And as Brentler carries it into the offensive zone, goes to a forehand, she scores! Kenzie Brentler beats Mariah Lincoln. And it's 2-1 with 12:31 to go in the third.
And by Hermanson Endodontics, Envirotech, Lake Area Tech, Leisure Palace, May Adam, Pelican Power Sports, and First Dakota National Bank.
62 saves for Rory Quam. Peska on her backhand, plays off the boards to Harris. As she slows it down, throws it in the net, tip, and it's off the net, and it goes in! And it's in! Sioux Falls wins the state championship!
And now to the booth for the call with John Winkler and Jim Lloyd.
As we welcome you and ready for day number 1 of our second state tournament, as it is going to be the Oahe Capitals and the Yankton Bucks to get us started for our boys state tournament. John Winkler alongside Jim Lloyd. And Jim, it is good to have you back along for another weekend. As you can see the bracket up on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. We've got some 3 really good games to get us started with this state tournament. Actually, 4 really good games today. The first one, the 3-6 matchup, I should say, the 3-6 matchup is going to be a heck of a game to get us rolling for this state tournament for the next 3 games, for the 4 games today. We're in for a treat today.
Well, yeah, when you look at that first day, of course, the 4 and 5 matchup on the first day is always great. I mean, it always has been traditionally. But this one today at 6 seed and 3 seed is interesting because the Capitals have had the Yankton Bucks twice to start out. So the Capitals, I know they've got a lot of confidence because they were up 2-0 in both the games they played before.
That's right. The Yankton Bucks did come away with a 4-2 win in Fort Pierre and then won 5-2 the next day, or not the next. They were supposed to win the next day, but they didn't play the next day. They played later on in Mitchell, and so that's where they got that second win. They felt like they were going to win the next day, but they had to wait till the final weekend of the regular season and beat the Capitals in Mitchell at 5-2. But again, as you mentioned, the Capitals led 2-0 in both of those games. This is not a 3-6 matchup where the 3 seed is going to be in such a, they're that good of a team compared to the number 6 team. The separation is not there that we maybe seen in other 3-6 matchups. And you can probably say that for probably 3 of the 4 games, and obviously Rushmore being the number 1 team, that they are the cream of the crop in South Dakota hockey and have been the last 2 years. And Watertown's going to have their hands full, and all these teams are going to have their hands full trying to get a win. But that also says the number 2 seed is going to have their hand full. The number 4 seed is going to have their hand full. This number 3 seed has their handfuls today against the Oahe Capitals. Nobody is safe. Just because you're the higher seed, no one is safe from winning and from not winning in this first round matchup.
Well, and the records at this point, as you know, you get to the state tournament, you're going to take the top 8 teams in the state are going to get to this tournament. And once you get here, all bets are off. All records are off. But you look at the 6 and 3 seed game that's coming up. That 6 seed upset, play within 1. That might not be as big an upset as what the numbers say.
You're exactly right. You know, the 4-5 matchup is always that one where you're saying, well, if the 5 seed beats the 4 seed,
right.
Is it really
an upset?
Yeah,
No.
is it really an upset? Then when you get to the number 6 versus number 7 sometimes, and or when you're playing that championship day where it's number 1 versus number 2, number 3 versus number 4, one number doesn't really change much, but that 3-6 matchup feels a little bit more like a 4-5 game. Although I will say Yankton, their goalie. This team, I say they might be on upset alert, but this team has every opportunity to go to the state championship, not just because of their goalie, not just because they've got good forwards, but because they got the combination of it all. This team is very destined to make a run of the state championship. They have their hands full of the Oahe Capitals, but boy, Luke Moeller, the number 1 All-State goalie, they've got 2 guys in the second team All-State. There's only 4 teams that represent an All-State for the first and the second team. They're one of those teams that have 3 guys in total that are on the All-State teams. They're a very good hockey club. So as much as we say all these higher seeds aren't safe, Yankton, while they're a 3 seed, still feels like they are one of the best teams in this state to try and go win a state championship.
Well, and for Yankton to progress in this tournament, they're going to have to lean on Luke Moeller like they have all year. If you watch that team play, they're kind of a run-and-gun team. They don't do... The coach may disagree, but they don't do a ton of work in that defensive zone because they got him. And this team plays out into the neutral zone, and Yankton plays offense. That's what they do.
Yeah, they are those top 2 lines. You look at Kylan O'Connor and Jack Pedersen, 22 goals and 15 goals, but don't forget about that second line. Tucker Rankin leads the team with 26 goals, and then Braden Berkland and Rylan Murphy, both with 15 goals each. Maybe it starts to drop off a little bit. Kane Hunhoff is a part of the All-State team as well. He's got 11 goals on the defensive side. But they are, while they maybe don't feel like they've got the depth, or maybe teams that see, well, they don't have the depth that other teams have in this state tournament. You can't be fooled by the lack of depth that you perceive that they don't have, because those 2 lines can run and gun all 3 games this weekend and be right there with every team and feel like they've got 4 or 5 lines running out there differently because they have the energy to go all 3 days for all 3 games.
Well, and I think Yankton, if you look at this tournament, I think Yankton is one of those teams that's probably the hardest to prepare for. I don't know as though they have a ton of structure in what they do. They run and gun. That's what they do. That's their style. They've got Luke Moeller back there, and they just go.
And when you have a goalie like that, and you have the offense that these guys can produce, why not go and play a little pond hockey? Because then it really is. How can you get ready for a team? How can you get ready for, if you think they have no structure, what are you preparing? Just go stop them? I mean, that's kind of how it ends up going. That's kind of what you end up having to say.
When you got to man up with them, and you have to be prepared to run man up. And this team, they get up and down, and you'll see it right away. I think when the Capitals come out, you got to run with all these guys. The first 2 lines, you got to be ready for them.
And this is another on the same facts. Capitals led 2-0. Yankton didn't get worried about it.
No.
If the Capitals go up 2-0, you're saying, oh, well, you got to get them a 3-0 lead. It's going to be very important for the Capitals to get a 3-0 lead. They have to get a 3-0 lead on this Yankton Bucks team. If they're going up 2-0, they can't afford to be 2-1 next. They have to go up 3-0. You have to put that separation between you, because it is going to be very hard to, Yankton's going to feel right at home if they're down 2-0 again, because they've already done it twice and came back and won. The Capitals have to extend the lead and they can't be comfortable. And no team wants to be, you don't want to be comfortable until you've got either run time or there's zeros on the clock. And every coach will say we're not even comfortable at run time. We want zeros on the clock to feel comfortable that we're going to win a hockey game. And the Capitals, I think, are aware of that. But then Yankton also the same point. They're not going to be worried to be down in a hockey game. They know that they've got a goalie that will keep them in every game, and they know they've got the firepower to come back from a deficit.
Well, we've watched this Yankton Bucks team for years, John, you and I have, and I think the Yankton Bucks, they've arrived. You know, they're here. They've arrived, and that's a confident group. Like you said, down 2-0, they don't skip a beat. Now, on the other side of the coin, the Capitals, I don't think there's a program that comes to the state tournament. No matter what seed they are, they're expecting to win a state tournament. That's the way the Capitals, you talk to the players, they're here to win this tournament.
It's been a long time. Obviously, they didn't make it last year in the state tournament, but it's been a long time since they've been in the Constellation. It's been before COVID that they've been in the Constellation semifinal.
Yeah, but they show up here at a 6 seed, and you see the kids up here today. They're ready to win this tournament. That's why they're here.
Yeah, they're not saying, hey, let's play Saturday if we can. They're ready to play for a state semifinal tomorrow night. We've got to take a break. We'll be ready to go for the Capitals and the Yankton Bucks coming up here from the Shields Iceplex here in Sioux Falls. That is coming up next as you're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock. You're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
It starts with a little push, a hand to hold, and the courage to step onto the ice for the very first time. But somewhere along the way, you stop needing a hand to hold. You find your edge, you find your grit, and you realize you are never skating alone. The future of hockey is waiting with South Dakota Hockey.
Weatherall Roofing and Insulation is a family-owned business that has served Central South Dakota for over 25 years. Weatherall Roofing and Insulation specializes in metal roof restorations and flat roof repair. They also offer the highest quality insulation using closed-cell polyurethane foam and blow-in fiberglass. For all your roofing or insulation needs, make Weatherall your first choice. And remember, just foam it.
The puck drops, the crowd roars. South Dakota hockey is in full swing. Capital City Ford is proud to support this year's state varsity hockey tournaments and celebrate the dedication, teamwork, and passion of every player on the ice. To all the seniors, congratulations on an incredible season. Whether you're heading off to college or staying close to home, we're here for all of your automotive needs. Stop by Capital City Ford in Pierre. We'll get you on the road to your next adventure. Capital City Ford in Pierre, driven by community, powered by you.
Hockey fans, are you ready for power, speed, and precision on and off the ice? At Pelican Power Sports, we bring that same championship mentality to your ride. Whether it's snowmobiles, ATVs, motorcycles, jet skis, or UTVs, we service and repair them all to keep you in the action year-round. Pelican Power Sports, service and repair with a personal touch.
At Muth Electric, we don't just power projects, we empower people. We invest in training, mentorship, and career development opportunities at every level. Because strong careers build strong communities. Your future is bright with Muth Electric. Muth Electric now hiring.
Do something to launch your future at Lake Area Tech. It's a living, working, thought-producing environment to help you level up in the workforce. Combined with hands-on training and real-world experience, you'll be ready to find a high-paying career you'll love right out of school, the way 99% of our graduates do. It's the best return on your college investment, the quickest path to your future success. Lake Area Tech, the start of something new.
As we welcome you back, let's send it over to Randy Preston for our introduction of our starting lineups and the national anthem.
For today's South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association Varsity State Tournament quarterfinal game, featuring the 6th seed and visiting Oahe Capitals. And the 3rd seed and home team on the scoreboard, the Yankton Bucks. Let's meet our starting lineups. First, for the 6th seed, Oahe Capitals. Starting at right wing, number 67, Logan Anderson. At left wing, number 28, Logan Brown. At forward, number 21, center, number 21, Ian Schweitzer. On defense, number 47, Cooper Beestrom. And on defense, number 52, Landry Van Rokel. In goal for the Capitals, 00, Jace Hand. Head coach for the Capitals is Landon Badger, and he's assisted by Bryce Mitzel, Elliott Leaf, and Paul Nelson. And now the starting lineup for the home team and third seed, Yankton Bucks. Starting at right wing, number 29, Kylan O'Connor. At left wing, number 24, Jace Salachek. At center, number 10, Jack Pedersen. On defense, number 5, Caden Hunhoff. On defense, number 6, Cade Schramm. And in goal for the Bucks, number 30, Luke Moeller. Head coach for Yankton is Terry Pedersen, and he's assisted by Chad Rankin, Andrew Tunseline, and Alexander Kopf. Your game officials for today's game, as assigned by the South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association, are as follows. From Blunt, South Dakota, referee Justin Ballas. From Box Elder, South Dakota, referee Cade Blumenrader. Your linesmen are Cody Nicholson from Wandley, South Dakota, and Zach Jurgens from Hillsview, South Dakota. And now, fans, please stand if you are able and remove your hats to honor America and those who have served to protect our freedom at home and abroad. Please direct your attention to the flag in the east end zone for our national anthem, performed today by Julia Shanks.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. Hey, on the rocket's regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
National anthem has been sung. It is now time for hockey here this afternoon as you're listening to KCCR FM Blunt, a Riverfront broadcasting station. John Winkler alongside Jim Lloyd. Corbin Beestrom around the camera for us. Fantastic national anthem, Jim, and we're ready to go for some hockey.
We said it a week ago in Mitchell when we were doing the girls, but it is state tournament time. It's the best time of the year if you like South Dakota hockey.
As we look at our starting goalies, first for the Yankton Bucks, it is going to be Luke Moeller that will get the starts, as he comes in having won 16 wins, 1.49 goals against average, .932 save percentage, and has 5 shutouts during the regular season as you look at him there. And then on the other side is Jace Hand. He gets to start with 4 wins of 4.46 goals against average, .860 save percentage. He did not have a shutout during the regular season, but looking maybe for one here to get us rolling. But we are underway as the state tournament is a go. Landry Van Rokel for the Capitals. Across it goes for Corbin Beestrom. Up ahead to make that Cooper Beestrom. Corbin Beestrom's around the camera for us. Off the skating out of the zone. And this will be flipped back in by Landry Van Rokel. It is settled down, diving for it. Puck is loose, knocked free. Logan Brown gets up off the seat. He'll try and turn with it. The puck is loose, and we'll get a whistle as Logan Brown had fallen to the ice, was able to calmly get back up. And Luke Moeller watched that all the way through and was able to make his first save of the hockey game.
Not much of a shot, just a little backhand to get it in the right direction for the Oahe Capitals.
16:35, so 25 seconds in for that first whistle of our hockey game. Face off to the left of Moeller, the far end of the ice. Ian Schweitzer as well as also Kylan O'Connor, both kept putting their sticks down, but the referee wasn't going to drop the puck yet. Capitals keep it in the offensive zone. Here's Logan Anderson in, but he is checked off the puck. Coming from Caden Hunoff, make that Kate Schramm. There's a shot that is blocked, and now it's going to be still playing in the offensive zone for the Capitals. Eventually cleared away. Jack Pedersen racing to it, but Landry Van Roekel the first one to it for the Capitals. Around the boards it goes and kept into the offensive zone by the Yankton Bucks, wearing their white jerseys here at home as the home team here in Sioux Falls. Van Roekel behind the nets for the Capitals. Moves it around the boards on the near side. Logan Brown, the quick pass to Ian Schweitzer, does get out of the zone. The Capitals will make a quick change as they get to that full change made from the forward side of things. As that pass up off the boards, right to Aiden Beam, but it bounced off of his stick. Trying to hold it in was going to be Bridger Babcock, but it will go into the bench, and we get another whistle with 15:45 to go here in this first period. Glad you're with us here on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Our first of 4 today, first of 11 in total this weekend. Our second weekend. This is game 12 of 22 overall. This will be out of the zone as it's picked back up. Brecken Furman, who's back after a hand injury. He's still dealing with that hand injury, but as a hockey player, he's going to keep playing through it. He missed the last couple games of the regular season, including that loss against Yankton 5-2 in Mitchell in that last weekend of the year. Aiden Bowders checked to the boards. The cheers of the Yankton faithful that are here. This is turned over, a backhand save made, and a good look there early on from Dylan Dodson. This is a pass that is broken up as it was knocked by the stick of Moeller. I mean, he was right in front was Dylan Dodson. Cooper Beestrom will get back to it in the neutral zone. Pass up ahead, trying to get ahead for Logan Brown. This will be offside, and we will get our first replay of our state tournament. That puck came right out in front. As you'll see here, Dylan Dodson somehow was able to it somehow bounced to him, but a backhand, if that's a little bit farther away when he picks it up, Jim, I think he's got a chance to make a good move on Moeller to try and score.
Yeah, turnover right in front, and Capitals not able to come with a goal on that one.
This will be dumped into the offensive zone by Kylan O'Connor for the Yankton Bucks. 14:50 to go here in the opening period. This is turned over to the Yankton Bucks again, as it is going to be O'Connor that will send it to the corner. Then that one is going to be covered up by Jay Sand, who make the save. Sophomore Jay Sand, first year in varsity hockey, gets the start for the Capitals. 4 wins, 4.46 goals against average, .860 save percentage. We'll see how dialed in. Coach Badger said that he was dialed in at the beginning of the day today. Here's a shot that will be wide by O'Connor. I think all 8 goalies that will be playing today are going to be pretty dialed in from the start. This will be flipped out of the zone by the Capitals. Beestrom up ahead for Asher Vandenbos. This is in onside for the Capitals. Ian Schweitzer trying to race the puck. As the first one to it was Isaac Dimmer for the Yankton Bucks. Vandenbos, he'll backhand it over. That shot by Anderson. That one will just go wide of Moeller. He was in a good scoring area. This will be knocked free. That was by Dylan Dodson, leading scorer on this Capitals team. Dodson again blocks the pass as he goes down to the ice. Might have stepped on the puck as he was blocking the pass. Moved around by Easton Velick for the Yankton Bucks. Cross-ice pass will come for O'Connor. They're still in their defensive zone. And it does come out looking for Dimmer, but he was trying to go the other way. Now Berkland will pick it up off. No, he didn't touch it offside. It looked like he was going to touch it offside. Here's Dodson that moves in. That shot is blocked. Now it's to the side of the nets. Another shot that is blocked by the Yankton Bucks defense. Rylan Murphy spins around behind his net a couple times. Gets free now, cross-ice pass. Dimmer up ahead for Berkland off of his skates. Brecken Furman picks it up. His pass will miss for Dodson. Now Murphy, as the Capitals start to try and make a change, they'll move into the offensive zone. Pedersen a pass across. Make that to Berkland with a pass across. Now it's Pedersen with it. Centers one for Rankin. That one missed a one-timer. It is a centering pass again for Yankton. Backhanded by Pedersen. Make that Murphy, and he shot that one wide. To the side of the nets. Now to the sideboards. That far end of the ice, left wing. Cleared out of the zone by the Capitals. Slowed down here by Caden Hunoff. This will be sent back in, goes off the glass, and a tough break for the Capitals that could have turned into Yankton's favor. Still in the zone, then that shot goes high on Jay Sand. Got to always be careful with that glass. sometimes can jut out on you pretty quick. This will be into the Capitals bench. We'll get a whistle with 12:35 left to go.
Yeah, that was a dangerous puck, John. That thing rolled across the top of the boards on the right on the rail and caught an edge over there right behind Chase Hand.
So face-off will be to the right of Hand in the offensive zone. 12:35 left to go. Yankton looks to win the face-off. It is going to be Cooper Beestrom that will pick it up. And his pass over for Anderson. Up ahead for Logan Brown, trying to move it in front of him to try and get a breakaway. He's looking the other way, looking the wrong way was Anders Van Olsen. This will come out of the zone, though, by Yankton. Brown just couldn't quite get that puck kicked up to his stick in time. And then Beestrom will blow a tire. Near turned over, but it is tipped out of the zone. It was by the Capitals, so we'll go down for an icing, and we'll get a whistle. That had been tipped by Yankton, we wouldn't have had that icing, but it is going to be an offensive zone face-off with 12:06 left to go here in the first period.
Beestrom caught an edge there right by the Zam door. Kind of an awkward fall.
Those are, again, everything's got to be perfect here in this state tournament for all of these teams to try and win a state championship. And if something's not perfect, you got to find a way to make sure it doesn't hurt you. And Beestrom did just that, even though the Capitals iced it. Dawson in the offensive zone for the Capitals. Under 12 to go here in the first period. There's a centering pass that's broken up by the Bucks. And then it's out of the zone and all the way down, but not far enough for an icing. Brecken Furman will get to it. He'll stop and start near those Zamboni doors. He stays on his edge, but now it's turned over. There's a shot and a save made. And a huge save for Jay Sand. As we'll watch this replay again come through. And Jay Sand made a fantastic save on a turnover. That puck just finds right for O'Connor. And a big save for Jay Sand with 11:37 to go here in this first period.
Good look for the Yankton Bucks there.
Face-off will be to the left of Fan, who's made 2 saves so far. As this will be a face-off that is won by Yankton. But out of the zone by the Capitals. Schweitzer 2-on-2 going towards an offensive zone, but well offside. Anderson couldn't keep his... He was looking behind him, then as Schweitzer went around him, he couldn't keep himself from going off the side. Face-off just outside the blue line. Schweitzer trying to win it and push it in the offensive zone. Now it's going to be moved in by Asher Vandenbos. As this will be played around here to the near side, Jack Pedersen. The pass will go backwards. Puck is turned over. Schweitzer trying to find the handle of it. It'll come its way down to Luke Muller to cover to get the whistle with 11:09 left to go here in the first period. The good crowd here, especially right in front of us and down the side. The other side, still got room to grow this crowd a little bit. But hearing from one end to the other right in front of us, it is a good crowd for this first game of the state tournament.
And this crowd will erupt on the first goal of this first game of the state tournament.
Both these fans' bases were loud when their teams came on the ice. And I can only imagine it's going to be a little bit louder from one of these fan bases when they score that first goal. Here is Braden Berkland in for Yankton. He has pushed off the puck. This will be Dylan Dodson now that has it for the Capitals. And Dodson will carry it into the neutral zone. Up ahead, and Dodson in the offensive end. Dodson will fan on the shot attempt. Still has it. Centers one. Went off the skate. The rebound was turned loose, and it went off to the corner. Aiden Bowder was in front. Aiden Beam was trying to center it to him. Here's now Berkland in the offensive zone. Berkland with a shot that goes high off the glass. Rebound will come through the crease. And then centered right back out in front again for Tucker Rankin. And Yankton sent 3 different pucks around Jay Sand. Makes him move quite a bit and make him think about some of those shots that might be coming his way the rest of this hockey game. Capitals will send it right back down the ice from the red line, so there is no icing. Moeller will slow it down and then get checked off the puck. Here is Schweitzer in, and that shot goes high. Stays in play off the glass. This shot is blocked. Capitals can't find the rebound, and now the other way, and a chance for an odd man rush. The pass was too far ahead of Ryland Murphy, and Landry Van Rokel calmly off the boards. And not out of the zone by the Capitals, right at the blue line. And their second opportunity does get it out of the zone, and Yankton will send it cross corner back in. That one hit the bottom of the boards and bounced up like it was pinched to the boards. Looking to try and center one. That was Easton Anderson, and the puck will make its way out of play. And we get a whistle with 9:37 left to go here in the first period. Both these goalies so far, they're locked in, ready to go.
Well, Luke Moeller's been busy down there. A lot of the attempts that Oahe Capitals have been a loose puck in front, and Moeller is content to sit back and wait for see what direction it's coming from. But Oahe has had some good opportunities on loose pucks.
This face-off is going to be controlled by the Capitals. Brecken Furman up ahead. It will be held in by Yankton. Pass will go across, but is off the skate of Vandenbos. And now Furman up and then chipped out of the zone by Beam. He's racing after it, trying to lift the stick, but a good defensive play by Cade Schramm to make sure that Beam couldn't go around him. Bridger Babcock calmly off the boards, but it's going to go too hard off the boards. Turned over, and that shot is blocked. Jay Sand didn't know where it was at, and it's not out of the zone by the Capitals yet. There's a shot on and a save made by Hand. This will come up ahead, kept in by the skates of Cade Schramm. And then sent from Cooper Larson right to the Capitals, and Bridger Babcock, who knocked it down, does come out of the zone and then sent back in by Yankton. Bucks are making a change. Capitals are trying to make a little bit of a change as well. And this will be up ahead to Logan Anderson, but Jack Pedersen the first one too, and then Anderson lays a big check on Pedersen. Now it's going to be for Hunoff. Kate Hunoff stick healing around. Here's a shot and a big save made by Jay Sand again. Right in front. And Hand was up to the task. Furman, that's off the glass and off of one of the Yankton players. Then flipped out of the zone by the Capitals. Sedlacek will move it along. It's going to be coming up ahead for O'Connor. O'Connor is in. That centering pass just a bit too far in front for Jack Pedersen. There's a shot that's blocked off the boots and out of the zone. That one coming from Brecken Furman. This will come all the way around the boards. Logan Anderson will get to it. He's looking to try and find the handle of it. Then behind the net, Ian Schweitzer takes over. He centers one, but calmly out of the zone by Yankton. Well, this will go down the distance for an icing. With 7:51 left to go here in the first period.
Not resulting in a shot, but Oahe Capitals, again, some loose pucks in front. And if they can get a hold of one of those, they've not had a real good shot, but they sure are getting some possessions there.
As you saw Jay Sand making a couple of those saves that came right out in front, the patience of trying to wait for that puck to come through. This face-off is won by Yankton in their own end, but turned over. And now it is Brown, finds free. His shot somehow didn't go. Behind the net, trying to stuff it in. Still trying to stuff it in. Now it's Anderson that shoots it high.
Those loose pucks in front for the Oahe Capitals.
This is out of the zone, and Anderson again with it. Played off the boards. Again, the Capitals led at Yankton 2-0 in both games they played this year, but resulted in Yankton wins 4-2 and 5-2. This will be a quick pass up ahead here for Berkland. His shot goes off the skate of Van Rokel. This centering pass, Logan Anderson will pick it up from the corner. He'll wait and then throw it up the boards, but held in by Easton Velick. Now Berkland trying to send it across, but he partially finned on it. And then Dodson up ahead for Anderson off of his skates. And then it'll be played here for Van Rokel. Van Rokel will turn back at his own blue line, skates up the middle of the ice with empty space. He'll move into the offensive zone. Going to get the pass to Dodson, but Dodson will take it over, try to center one over. And it'll be flipped up and out of the zone by Yankton. Back again comes Tucker Rankin. Leaves it back over for Anderson. That shot, and we get a Capital player that goes straight into the net. Aiden Beam went flying into the net. We got a couple of replays to try and see. We'll see if this one will show both saves. And this will be a couple of stuffed chances, and then that shot just goes high. Case at 6:32 left to go. Let's see if we can also see real quick Aiden Beam flying in. Oh, that'd be the wrong replay. As it is, a face-off that is won. With 6:25 left to go here in the first period. Trying to run all the replays and trying to get all the cameras situated the way they need to be.
You need more fingers.
That is true. This will go all the way down for an icing. How about now we'll see Aiden Beam go flying in. Yeah, he just lost his balance, and then thankfully he hit the goalpost, but didn't really bounce. He didn't really hit it flush like it kind of looked like from the initial initial of it all.
Goalpost on some small spikes there, and I think it might have slowed him down. It might have been worse for you to miss the goalie to hit the boards.
6:15 left to go here in the first period. This face-off to the right of Luke Moeller. And now they will kick out to Easton Anderson. Aiden Bowder takes it for the Capitals. It's 6-5 in shots in favor of Oahe. And then coming in to take the face-off and winning it was Cooper Larson. It is Brecken Furman. Gets it to the blue line. It was picked up by the Yankton Bucks. Cooper Larson, though, then turns it over. And the Capitals back in their own end of the ice. Dodson across. That pass is tipped into the offensive zone. Tipped further by Furman. Brecken Furman has moved from that wing to a defensive spot. And then right at the blue line, that'll come out of the zone. But he loves to step into the offensive play. Aiden Beam was the same way. He's now a forward for the Capitals. And then Dylan Dodson will break his stick and then he throws it away. Nope, he didn't break his stick. Who was it that broke his stick? Somebody broke his stick, and I don't know who it was that was on the ice. I think somebody left for Yankton. Looked like maybe Dodson was the one that threw the stick, but it was broken. And it's now going to be picked up here by Logan Brown. Brown from behind the net trying to turn to his forehand, then fan of the pass attempt as the Capitals were finishing making that change. To go up ahead, here's a turnover, but can't get a shot away. That puck is still loose to the side of Luke Moeller and out of the zone by Yankton. And then again, that puck sits still. Logan Anderson picks it up. Anderson centers one and a chance for Landry Van Roekel, and he just missed it.
Van Roekel was going to the far post, and watch this pass. That's a great pass. And you like to think if you touch that one, if Van Roekel gets anything on that one, you might have your first goal.
5 minutes to go exactly here in the first period. Face off to the right of Moeller. It is a shot on by Anderson and make that Brown and a save made. And then this will be flipped into the Yankton bench, and we get a whistle from Yankton. 4:54 left to go here in the first period. Still scoreless on the South Dakota Hockey scoreboard. Oh yeah, that was a golden opportunity for the Capitals to get that first goal. Face off to the left of Luke Moeller. This will be won by the Capitals out to the blue line. That shot is blocked. Beestrom can't hold it in the zone. 3-on-2 the other way for Yankton. Berkland moves in. Van Roekel leaning on Berkland. Centered one. That shot got blocked before it got to him. Out to the blue line. Right at the line. It does stay in. Nearly blocked by Schweitzer. That could have been going the other way. Stayed in the offensive zone for Yankton. Given to the Capitals. Tipped up but not out of the zone. And it's going to be held in by number 4 in Grady Van Cleve. Now from behind his own net, it is Beestrom. Beestrom, he gets pushed off the puck. It's still chipped up. Beestrom will get his glove on it, send it from the blue line in. And a glove save made by Luke Moeller. And we'll go back to that Van Roekel chance again. We'll see it from this angle too. And one that Van Roekel would like to have back, because that one was a perfect pass on the back door. Just a quick tip, and had an opportunity for the Capitals to strike first. 4:14 to go in the first period. Still scoreless between the Capitals and Yankton. Aiden Bowder wins the face-off. Bridger Babcock with a shot. That is blocked maybe by the skate of Bowder. Babcock pinches down. He's able to hold his own. Now Dodson gets free, and that shot maybe hit the mask of Moeller. This is flipped up. Dodson keeps it in the offensive zone, sends it back to the net, and Moeller made the save through traffic. Here it comes again on the near side boards. And it does come out of the zone, but Brecken Furman is back to play it over for Aiden Beam. Beam will send it into the offensive zone. 3:45 to go in this first period. Scoreless hockey game between Oahe and Yankton. This is going to be the Capitals and Yankton Bucks. 5 players are battling for the puck, and somehow it is Dawson Toms that is able just to poke it out of the zone through all of that. Now Toms will pick it back up. This pass across. There's too many on the ice right now for Yankton. They've got 6 guys on the ice, and they will get it called. There are too many guys on the ice. And I think with our camera here, we're going to see, maybe, I think I can pause it too. Right there, I think you can see that there are 6 guys. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, need the telestrator, but there are 6 guys on the ice. And that is a penalty, and we get our first power play, Pelican Power Sports power play, with 3:21 left to go here in the first period.
And a good opportunity here for a power play.
Bench minor for Yankton, so Dawson Thompson is serving it, but he is not going to get credit for the penalty. He still can get 3 penalties or 2 penalties before being kicked out. Opportunity for the Caps in the power play. This is Cooper Beestrom from the blue line, pass across, looking for a backdoor feed. Brown in front and a save made. And this will be cleared all the way down by Yankton. 1:40 left to go here in the first, in the power play. 3 minutes to go here in the first period. Ian Schweitzer go up ahead. That one will be intercepted by Yankton. Thinking shorthanded. They did have a lot of shorthanded goals against the Capitals in that 5-2 win. They scored the power play. They scored shorthanded. They had an empty net goal. Did about everything that wasn't 5-on-5 scoring goals other than one. They had 2 power plays and 2 shorthanded goals. As this one nearly a trip against the Yankton Bucks. It is now Logan Brown as he moves it around the blue line, tipped by Beam. It'll be covered up by Luke Moeller. And again, we look here from the save from Luke Moeller on a good chance here for the Capitals right in front. And with bouncing pucks sometimes, Jim, you have no idea how that puck's going to come off the stick because the shooter doesn't even know where he's trying to put that puck.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a quick touch is all it takes, a touch of a stick.
This face off to the right of Moeller. And this will be won by Yankton. And a good play from Cade Schramm, but he can't get out of the zone. Dylan Dodson, he is checked high. There'll be another penalty coming up against Yankton. And it's a 5-on-3 now with 57 seconds to go. And again, you'll see here on the replay, Dodson gets checked up high above the shoulder. It's a roughing call against Yankton. But that hit came just, if it's a little bit lower, it's not going to get a penalty. But the way how high he hits Dodson turns into a penalty being called.
Well, 5-on-3 here for about a minute for the Oahe Capitals, and what a great opportunity is at the end of this first period.
And it's Rylan Murphy that gets called for the rough. Pass over here for Furman, walks in a shot, and that one might have gone off the toe of Moeller. Still with there, the Capitals, still 40 seconds to go. Trying to go on the back door for Aiden Beam. It's a long 30 seconds here for Yankton to try and kill off the rest of the 5-on-3. Beam with a shot that is blocked by Sinlacek. Make that Rankin, excuse me. Pass will go across for Dodson. He walks in. That shot just goes high with the crossbar. It is now going to be a pass back for Dodson. Face off Dodd. Backdoor right to the centering pass. He's maybe looking backdoor, but Bowder took the shot and missed it. That pass is tipped out of the zone, and that will pretty much do it for the 5-on-3. That was a good stick there by Tucker Rankin to get that puck off the stick and out of the zone. Down to minute 5 left to go on the 5-on-4 that is coming up. Beam trying to push it through, and that will be a save made by Luke Moeller with 1:01 on the power play and 1:18 remaining in the first period.
Pretty easy on a 5-on-3 to get guys in front. There was a time there when our Oahe Capitals had 2 guys right in front and just could not get enough stick on it.
Face-off will be to the left of Luke Moeller. With still a power play going here for the Capitals. Schweitzer face-off win. There's a big save made right off the face-off.
And you take a look there at Luke Moeller. That's a position save. He had no way to see that one. He was in the right position like he is a lot of the time.
You can see it right off the face-off, right there, perfect positioning. Yep. 1:16 left to go, 58 seconds remaining on the 5-on-4. Logan Brown comes in to take the face-off now for the Capitals. He'll push his way through. That puck was loose. Diving for it was Brown, and it's still picked up by Yankton, and they will clear it out of the zone. 45 to go on the 5-on-4. Second power play for the Capitals. They're 0 for 1 in the Pelican Power Sports power play with that near long 5-on-3. Jack Pedersen, the offensive zone, chips it around. That one goes right over the top of hand. He might have been hit by Pedersen or his teammate on that play. I don't know if I got the replay captured in time to see.
Good job there by Oahe Capitals getting it out of the zone as Hand is without a stick.
This shot will be high. It'll bounce his way back, and Hand is able to recover his stick because Luke Moeller covers to get a whistle. So this will be, let's see here, not sure. I think I got the replay a little bit too late. Yeah, he does come in, and maybe can't see from that angle where he might have been hit. Face-off will be to the right of Moeller. 37.7 to go. And still 20 seconds remaining on the power play. This will be Dodson to take the face-off. This will be won by the Capitals. Dodson had it but lost it, and it was cleared all the way down the ice. With 25 left to go in the period, the power play will come to an end. Pass goes up ahead. Now it's going to be for Bridger Babcock. He'll send it into the offensive zone. We're back to 5-on-5. Yankton kills off the long 5-on-3 and the 5-on-4. That shot is a save made by Moeller. 10 seconds to go in the first period. Yankton will try and cover for the final 10 seconds. That puck is to the side of the net. Now Yankton will flip it out, and that will take us to the end of the first 17 minutes. And we have no score between Yankton and Oahe. A good first period that both fans have a chance to maybe cheer about a little bit. If you're the Capitals, you like the 14 shots on goal in the first period. If you're Yankton, you like the 2 penalty kills that you had, including that 5-on-3. I think both teams, both fan bases are going in to the first intermission feeling okay about where their teams stand through the first 17 minutes.
It's the game we talked about in the pregame show. It's 6-3 seeds, but it sure doesn't feel like that. These two teams evenly matched, and that's the way they're going to go in at the end of the first period.
No score between the Capitals and the Yankton Bucks, as we will step aside and we will come back with our first intermission report as you're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Ryan Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles. Plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
Quality fuel, quality service. That's the DJ Cenex promise. Derek and Maggie Dell are proud supporters of local hockey. Swing by for a quick refuel and experience the local friendly service and clean atmosphere that makes a difference. We're more than just a gas station. We're your hometown partner on the road. Get ready, because the best is getting even better. Our brand new state-of-the-art car wash upgrade is coming soon to give your vehicle the VIP treatment it deserves. DJ Cenex, fueled by community, driven by you.
As our Aberdeen teams take the ice at the state hockey tournament, we're cheering them on from home and inviting you to come see where that pride begins. Aberdeen is a community that rallies together, on the ice, in our schools, and across our local businesses. From great food and unique shopping, to year-round events and family fun, there's always something happening here. So when the tournament wraps up, make plans to visit. Discover what makes Aberdeen worth the trip at aberdeensd.com.
Need cool as heck logoed caps, t-shirts, and snuggly sweatshirts fast? Get them at Cotton & Customs Embroidery and Screen Printing Studio in Volga. Their cool new, faster screen printing technique means no more plasticky, dried-out lettering to peel off after a few washings. No logo? Let Cotton & Customs design and digitize one for you, free. See their colorful embroidered logos really pop. Click cottonandcustoms.com. Let's brand your brand together.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved one secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help.
As we welcome you back, it is no score on the South Dakota Hockey scoreboard. John Winkler alongside Jim Lloyd. And 14-5 in shots in favor of the Yankton Bucks, or excuse me, of the White Capitals. But it has been a really good first period. Again, I mentioned that I think both these fan bases are okay with how the first period finished out, because the Capitals say, well, a good power play is, if you get a 30% power play, you're exceptional. So if you get one more, you feel like you can score against this Yankton team. On the flip side for Yankton, to kill off a 5-on-3 as long as that was, and then come away with nothing on the scoreboard for either side, I think both teams will take how this first period went.
Yeah, you just take it the way it went is right, John. And Yankton unable to capitalize on a 5-on-3 for a minute. That's big, and it's big for the Capitals. And you look at Luke Moeller, who has stopped 14 shots, but he's been a lot busier than what 14 shots is. He's had a lot of pucks up front, especially early on in that period. The Oahe Capitals had a lot of loose pucks up front that Luke Moeller perhaps weren't scored as shots, but he was busy trying to keep those out of the crease.
As you see, there's not much to put up there. Yes, the Capitals have gotten 2 power plays, and Yankton got a too many men penalty, and then also a roughing call that turned into a 5-on-3. But you're right, there's nothing else to put up there right now. 0-0 at the end of the first period between Yankton and Oahe, and this will be, going into that second period, very important for that first goal to come. And, talking to Corbin Beestrom, who's running our camera, his little brother Cooper's playing in this game, and kind of a thought process that maybe didn't go through a lot of people's minds. A lot of these guys are playing for the first time in the state tournament. Yankton was playing their first ever state tournament last year in Watertown. This year, there's just a handful of guys that have played in a varsity state tournament going into today's game. There's a lot of guys that made their varsity debuts last year and they didn't make the state tournament. So this is their first taste of what the varsity state tournament is. And the nerves maybe kind of calm down a little bit as the game starts to go and starts to be played. But on the other side, it is, for Yankton, they're probably a little nervous too, because they feel they know how they should be in this state tournament. They know where they can be, but you can't get to that spot. You can't get to a state championship, or you can't get to the state semifinal without winning game one. So maybe a little bit of some nerves play the factor in this first period.
Well, nerves will come into play this entire day, because you get to the arena, all the hype that's surrounded by the state tournament, and all of a sudden you're here. The rinks are different and so forth. The fan bases are different. Things are different. But now you settle in, you get that first period. You're probably happy being 0-0 if you're both of these teams. But now you just settle in and you play hockey. You do those things that you've worked on in practice. Now some of those things start to come back to you.
It is the first game of 4 today. We'll look at the bracket coming up here next, but no score at the end of the first period between Yankton and Oahe, the 3 seed and the 6 seed, battling in the first game of our state tournament. We'll step aside. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock. You're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Fieldhouse in Pierre is the perfect place to sit back and watch the state hockey tournament with friends and family. The Fieldhouse, with a full bar, gives you that feeling like you're at the game without having to leave town, with a selection of your favorite concession-type food, and who doesn't love some pizza? There's free popcorn, peanuts, and Gardettos to complement any of your snack cravings while enjoying the games on one of the many big-screen TVs. The Fieldhouse, 2013 East Gate Avenue in Pierre, your place for the game this weekend. Go Caps! When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at envirotechwaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics. Oh, shut the water off! Shut the water off! Oh, don't give me that look. I know you said to call Allied Plumbing and Heating. I read the instructions and I watched a couple of videos. I thought that I had this. Let me watch a couple more videos and I'll take care of it. Just go to your sister's. I'll have it fixed. Hello, Allied Plumbing and Heating. I need your help.
You can rely on your allies at Allied Plumbing and Heating. 605-494-2001. Whether you're a pro contractor or a weekend warrior, your project deserves more than just a big box store. It deserves a local touch. At Bauman Lumber in Fort Pierre, we've been helping build South Dakota since 1996. From foundation to finish work, we carry everything. Lumber, trusses, custom cabinets, and windows. With over 150 combined years of experience, our team doesn't just sell materials, we provide the expertise to get the job done right. Stop by Bauman Lumber on Sale Barn Road or visit us at baumanlumber.com. Bauman Lumber, your local partners in building a better. As we welcome you back, it is a no score at the end of the first period between Oahe and Yankton as we look at the brackets on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Joining me is Jim Lloyd once again, and you look at this, Jim, and we mentioned it, that there's a potential of 4 really good games today. We're seeing the first one right now. Obviously, there's still 2 periods of hockey left to go, but you start looking up Sioux Falls East and Aberdeen. I don't know, obviously Rushmore is got to be the hottest team coming in because they're undefeated right now. They've won 22 straight games. But you look at Aberdeen, they were one of the hottest teams. They were outside of the playoffs of the state tournament just a couple weeks ago, and they didn't get just 8th place. They got up to 7th, then had a chance. Had Watertown beat Oahe in that last game of the regular season, they would have jumped to the 6th seed by the end of it. So they're playing some really good hockey that makes that game against Sioux Falls East not a walkthrough for the number 2 seed. And then obviously Sioux Falls West and Brookings in the 4-5 game. That is going to be a heck of a game coming up later on at 5 o'clock tonight. And then, obviously every team, everybody says, well, it's Rushmore's state tournament to lose. And they're right. But Watertown gets the first crack at trying to get that win, and you better believe that they're going to try everything that they can to beat the Rushmore Thunder. Whether they get the job done or not, whether it's run time or not, they're going to bring everything that they have to try and beat the Rushmore Thunder tonight.
Well, that's a nice thing about this tournament is that every game has a story. Like you talked about, the Aberdeen Cougars, that might be the hottest team going right now as far as how they've played at the end of the year. And that's what good tournament teams do. They get hot at the end of the year. So that Aberdeen team is a team to watch at 7th.
It's other years I would say you're crazy if the 6 and 7 seed are playing the state championships semifinals, but I don't know if it's as crazy this year.
Yeah,
it could happen. We could see the 2 and 3. We absolutely could just see 2 and 3, or 2 versus 6, or 3 versus 7. But it's not as crazy as other years to think that Aberdeen's got every shot to try and get this an opportunity to get to the second round.
Yeah, before we get to that second game, though, we have a good one here. This game is exactly what you and I talked about, John, in the pregame. And it's going to be a bounce of the puck, but somebody has got to get it by one of these goalies, and this place is going to erupt.
We got to take another break. We'll come back. You're listening to the State Tournament on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Jason from Leisure Palace. Spring is closer than you think, and now's the time to plan your backyard upgrade before the rush hits. We have beautiful new patio furniture arriving daily, built for comfort and durability, along with stunning fire tables to keep your space cozy and warm. Also make this the year you invest in relaxation and wellness with a new spa from Hot Springs, Caldera, or Free Flow Spas. And if you're ready to warm up and feel better right now, our saunas are in stock and ready to go. Proudly serving the entire state of South Dakota, and remember, we guarantee the lowest prices. Leisure Palace Pool, Spa, and Patio, creating your perfect escape.
Capital City Toyota is proud to sponsor the state varsity hockey tournaments with a special shout out to all the seniors. You've worked hard, now it's your time to shine. Just like a championship team, we bring the funnest car buying experience in South Dakota. Find your perfect new or pre-owned ride today. Good luck to all the teams and seniors from Capital City Toyota.
For over 55 years, Muth Electric has been powering progress across the Midwest. Our team of professionals deliver electrical solutions with innovation and safety at the core. We work with purpose, knowing that each project contributes to something bigger. Muth Electric, a partner in building a brighter future since 1970.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Hello, I'm Pastor Jeff Lathrop of Pierre First United Methodist Church, and I'd like to invite you to join us in person for worship on Sunday mornings at 8:30 a.m. or 11 a.m. You can also join us on Facebook Live or on KCCR 1240 a.m. or 98.9 FM for our Sunday morning broadcast at 11 a.m. Come worship with us at First United Methodist Church, where you will find open hearts, open minds, and open doors.
It starts with a little push, a hand to hold, and the courage to step onto the ice for the very first time. But somewhere along the way, you stop needing a hand to hold. You find your edge, you find your grit, and you realize you are never skating alone. The future of hockey is waiting with South Dakota Hockey.
We are ready to go for our second period between the Oahe Capitals and the Yankton Bucks. John Winkler alongside Jim Lloyd. And we are underway with a loud environment that's around us right now as it is in the offensive zone. We had a great weekend in Mitchell last weekend. Here's a centering pass to O'Connor. And it'll come back over to Cade Schramm. But we were away from the crowd last weekend, so it was a lot harder to hear the crowd. We had heard all the play on the ice with our microphones that we had. This will be sent down by the Capitals, but it won't go far enough for an icing. Cade Schramm will pick it up, then he turns it over. Schweitzer, he scores!
Just 30 seconds in, and we have our first goal of the state tournament.
Schweitzer, 8 goals in the regular season, right over the top of Luke Moeller. And it's a 1-0 lead, 32 seconds in. And a big-time goal for the Capitals to get on the board first. The third time in 3 games the Capitals will lead Yankton as the 6th seed has that early lead. This will be tipped into the offensive zone by Aiden Beam. This will come back out of the zone all the way to the neutral zone for Brecken Furman. This will be right back into the offensive zone. Dodson tried to center one over for Rankin, goes to Rankin, and now it's a 2-on-1 potentially. Braden Berkland in, backhand pass, that'll be off the skates of Furman, and then played wide by Jay Sam. His pass up ahead, that'll miss for Aiden Beam. And then Van Cleve, his pass goes off of a skate, tipped into the zone by Yankton. Capitals will try and make a quick change here, but Yankton's going the other way quickly. Rylan Murphy started to be pushed off the puck by Dodson. It'll come back to Van Cleve. 15:35 left to go here in the second period. 1-0 advantage for the Capitals. It is moved into the corner where it's picked up and flipped up by Brecken Furman, but not out of the zone. This puck is turned over, and then it's laid back by Tucker Rankin. The Yankton fans, I think, want him to shoot the puck although he would have had a tough angle. Now maybe Rankin again, but a good stick from Furman. Popped up into the air. Dodson can't find the glove to it. Schweitzer now will pick it up as he scored the first goal of this state tournament. 9 goals now in the year for Schweitzer, 8 during the regular season. That line of Logan Brown, Logan Anderson, and Ian Schweitzer were a really good complementary line for that line of Dodson, Beam, and then a couple of different guys have been wrapped around in that spot. Lyle Bonney, as well as also Aiden Bowder. And then Furman also played on that line too. 14:40 to go in the second. Behind the net is picked up here by Beestrom. He'll move it along up ahead for Vandenbos. Quick tip, and then it's not out of the zone, but it will eventually come his way. 2-on-1. Moving in, that pass by Schweitzer was blocked. He's looking for Anderson. It's still in front. Anderson, that shot and a save made by Luke Moeller. Oh, what a save.
That puck was stuck underneath his pad. We'll see what that puck wasn't really stopped. It got stuck under the pad.
We'll slow it down, and Moeller got over to make the save at the last second. An incredible job by Moeller. It was nearly 2-0. Not even 3 minutes into the second period.
He's a first-team All-State guy, and you can see it.
I was going to say that replay helps prove the point if there was any doubt anyway, as Dylan Dodson will have it at the blue line. Dodson, a pass will go across up ahead for Cooper Beestrom. And Beestrom in the offensive zone. It is now Hunhoff, and a penalty coming up. And it is going to be a slash called. And maybe we'll see it from this angle here. I know we're looking at the goalie, but Beestrom was coming in. We might not be able to find the right spot and have that slash. Hard to really tell from that angle. As we can get the look from the other spot. This will be the third Pelican Power Sports power play now. That slash knocked the stick out of the hands of Beestrom. Didn't see that the first time. That usually tends to slashing being called. Face off to the right of Moeller. Third opportunity on the power play. Capitals, can they take a 2-0 lead? Dodson with a shot that's blocked by the stick of Rankin. It was Schramm that gets called for the slash. As it's Beam. Now we're going to get a penalty, a hooking call against the Capitals. So now it'll go to 4-on-4. No, it's going to be a 5-on-3. It's a hooking call against Yankton.
The second 5-on-3 of the game.
And then see Tucker Rankin dropping the stick, trying to lose the evidence. But it is now a 1 minute 45 seconds, so a 5-on-3. Second time the Capitals are on 5-on-3. This is their third and fourth power play. They score! Right off the face-off, they take a 2-0 lead. For the second, to make that the third time now. They will score right off the face-off. It is Dylan Dodson who led the team with 19 goals. Makes it 2-0. And still a minute and 58 seconds left of a power play for the Capitals.
Dodson just stepping in off the circle just seconds after that face-off.
The third time in 3 games. Can Yankton make the trifecta of coming back from a 2-0 deficit 3 times? Rylan Murphy, centering pass. That is going to be broken up.
70,
Lyle Bonney won the face-off and got it. And now it's Dodson that will move in on a breakaway. Dodson in. Hey, he can't get a shot away. A good defensive play there from Kate Hunhoff. Now from the corner, it'll be sent back around. It is Furman. That pass is broken up. And then it'll be sent out of the zone by Yankton. So an even strength goal and then a 5-on-3 power play goal for the Capitals. This will be a centering pass, and that shot just goes wide of Jay Sand. 2-0 is our score. Landry Van Rokel walks all the way in. That shot trying to go to the far side. Maybe end up going wide of Moeller. Right now, the Capitals they're showing 3 shots on goal in this second period. The Capitals have scored twice on Moeller. This will be sent over to the far side as it's Cooper Beestrom that will pick it up. 12:35 to go here in the second period. There's a lot of hockey left to be played. This will be not tipped by the Capitals, so it will be an icing with 12:33 remaining.
The previous games between these two. This is the way it started out, 2-0 Oahe.
And Yankton came back both times. So the Capitals on the bench right now are probably feeling really good about these first 2 goals. But if you're Coach Badger and that coaching staff, it is, we have to get that next one. We cannot let them make it 2-1.
Don't think they don't remember.
And don't think that Yankton's the other way around, that their heads have dropped yet. They are still very comfortable being down 2-0 right now. Still 25 to go on the power play. Logan Anderson's pass is broken up by Pedersen. 2-on-1 potentially back in the offensive end for Yankton. That pass goes off the handle of Jason. And now it's going to be moved out of the zone by Van Rokel. He's got a lot of ice time here in this hockey game. It is Schweitzer. Good pass over for Anderson. Backdoor feed just missed for Schweitzer, who's looking for a second one. Here's a shot by Beestrom. Got all the way through. The save is made. That one bounced on Moeller, who made the save. Out of the penalty box is Rankin. Anderson, that's tipped wide by Van Rokel on his shot. And then Logan Brown, he gets pushed by 2 different guys. Capitals are trying to make a change. There is no too many men on the ice, but a 2-on-1 developing. That shot goes wide. Didn't make the pass. Took the shot was Pedersen. And he ends up putting it wide. Berkland that put it wide. Logan Brown, both guys chop at it. Neither one got the puck. Yankton comes away with it. It is up ahead, and it is now Berkland in the offensive zone. Leaves it for Rylan Murphy, who tries to walk to the face-off dot, but a good defensive play there by Beestrom. He'll move it up ahead for Aiden Beam. Gets around the official and then tries to move it around Caden Hunoff. It will come back to Hunoff. And it'll be moved up ahead, but that's going to be blocked by Dodson. Dodson trying to center one. It is in front. He scores! It is 3-0 Capitals.
Take a look at the stick work. It started out on a nifty backhand by Dodson.
And the puck came in front. The first one wasn't there. The second one is able to beat Luke Moeller in a timeout taken by Yankton.
And if you're Luke Moeller, there's nothing you can do about it. This was a turnover.
And this is Brecken Furman, who comes back from injury to get the goal and to take a 3-0 lead. So Vanden Boss and Dodson get the 2 assists. And now for the first time in 3 games, the Capitals have a 3-goal lead. And Yankton now on the other side is saying, okay, we have to calm everybody down now because we can't let this game get away from us. But Yankton, Jim, still no lead is safe against this Yankton Bucks team. Until there's zeros on the clock, you have Luke Moeller, who's going to find a way to start stopping everything in front of him. He stopped 17 of 20 already, and the 3 goals against have been 5-on-3 and then a turnover. And you know, these have been really good shots by the Capitals, but Yankton's got to find a way to get one back here. I wouldn't say in the next 5 minutes, but they have to get one back before the end of the period's over.
Yeah, and a smart time out there by the Yankton bench. You have to try to get the momentum slowed down because the Oahe Capitals, they have all the momentum right now in this second period. That last goal, that was a pretty nifty goal. 3 guys touched it on a turnover in the offensive zone. And Luke Moeller, he was handcuffed on that one. There's nothing you can do about that goal.
Schweitzer, Dodson, and now Furman, all with goals to get us rolling in this state tournament, all in the second period. It is 3-0 Oahe. Easton Anderson, he'll move it into the offensive zone, but Bridger Babcock, he'll take it over as the Yankton Bucks run into each other. This will be moved up ahead. Now it's Aiden Beam, a chance to go 3-on-2 in the zone. Beam, he gets pushed to the ice. The Capitals fans want a penalty called. The Yankton fans enjoyed the hit. Referee's arm stayed down. Yankton will send it around the boards to the near side. This is going to be moved for Dodson. Now Beam at the blue line, trying to swipe it back over for Beestrom. It'll be sent into the offensive zone by Yankton with 10:10 left to go here in the second period. This is turned over. Babcock trying to move it up, make that Bowder, This will go into the netting, and we get a whistle. 10:06 left to go here in the second period, and a 3-0 lead in the South Dakota hockey scoreboard for the Oahe Capitals on the Yankton Bucks. So remember, too, that Yankton has taken their timeout, so if it comes down to the final seconds, this will go back into the netting. We'll get another whistle here with the 10:02 to go. They won't have a chance to kind of set themselves up, Jim. If it comes down to the final couple seconds, they're going to be hoping the Capitals take their timeout so they can get the rest.
Yeah, it's hard to say when you need those timeouts, but at that point, Yankton needed a timeout.
Absolutely. Regardless of what happens at the end of this game, I think Yankton absolutely, that was the right call to take that timeout. Right now down 3-0. And this is Cooper Beestrom up ahead for Logan Anderson. This pass will go, that's to be tipped by Yankton all the way down, so no icing. Again, the winner of this game will play at 5 o'clock tomorrow in the state semifinal. This is Beestrom. Pass across. Brown can't get a shot away. Maybe dusted off a little bit too long. There's a shot by Schweitzer that will go off the back of the net. Centering one for Anderson. Missed his stick right between his legs and all the way down. Beestrom will race to the puck here for the Capitals. Then he blows a tire and goes into the boards. Yankton picks it up. Centered one and just too far for Pedersen. Pedersen with a shot that is redirected wide. It is O'Connor that tries to center one, and now it'll be picked up by the Capitals after Beestrom took a hit to make a play. Van Rokel then turned the puck over. Pedersen's pass is blocked by a diving Schweitzer. He'll get it back, and then another pass is disrupted by the Capitals. Comes back to Pedersen again, and that shot and a save made by Jace Hand. Now a chance for the Capitals. Can Beam win the race to the puck? He tried to move it around Van Olsen, but a really good play by Anders Van Olsen. Otherwise, it was going to be a beam on Luke Moeller alone. It is Beestrom that has it. His pass up ahead for Logan Anderson. And then he gets a hit, and then another penalty coming up against the Yankton Bucks. It is going to be a roughing call against Yankton. It will send to the penalty box Tucker Rankin, the second time that he will go for the penalty. Maybe somewhat of a little bit of a late hit by Tucker Rankin, but again, now he is down to just, he can't take another penalty the rest of the game. And if you're Yankton, you can't afford to lose any of your top 6 forwards in this game.
Well, good opportunity here on a Pelican Power Sports power play for the Oahe Capitals.
Their 5th one. They're 1 for 4 right now with that 5-on-3 power play goal. This behind the nets. You're listening to Casey's here, FM Blunte Riverfront Broadcasting Station. That shot is blocked, and it will be coming out of the zone. And Rylan Murphy, he'll move up ahead. He goes one-on-one with Beam, and then Furman will come in and push Murphy off the puck as he was starting to lose his balance. He was able to get some help from Furman, or make that from Beam to move the puck out of the zone. Murphy brings it right back in. Now here's Berkeley with a shot and a save made by Hand. Lyle Bonney. This will be back to Hand. He will cover that one up. And Jace Hand, he hasn't seen a whole lot until the last couple minutes, but he has been excellent, stopping 11 of 11 shots to this point.
He saw 2 pretty good shorthanded shots there, but the Yankton Bucks not able to get it past Hand yet.
Face-off will be to the right of Jace Hand. This will be O'Connor that can't handle on that face-off win. It'll move down the ice. It is picked up here by Anderson. A pass will go across for Schweitzer. Ian Schweitzer back out to Anderson. Walks in. That shot is blockered away by Moeller. Anderson will pick it back up. Centered one in, and Logan Brown 2 chances at it. And the first one was blocked. The second one, I think, went wide of Moeller. Hand comes out of the net, does not touch it up. He leaves it for Cooper Beestrom. It'll come up ahead now for Brown. Logan Brown will chip and chase as he'll try and get to the corner. But it'll come out to the boards. Logan Anderson, that one will be intercepted. Up ahead, Anderson knocks it down. He was the first one that had to play it, but Yankton clears it out of the zone. 35 to go in the power play. A couple guys run into each other, both Beestrom and O'Connor. And now O'Connor picks up the puck as he'll move in on Hand. He moves in, and that shot is stopped by Hand. And now is there going to be a little bit more that happens. Logan Brown comes in. And maybe cooler heads will prevail. And the puck, or the face-off, going to come out of the zone too.
A little pushing and shoving there.
But let's check out the save by Jace Hand. I don't know if there was much of a save. I don't know if the shot ever really got through. But There is no penalty that'll come up against either the Capitals or Yankton. 25 to go on the power play. Dylan Dodson moves in the offensive zone. All four guys enter the zone at once. There's a shot that's off the stick of Moeller. 6:55 to go here in the second period. There's a shot up high, and Moeller makes that save pretty calmly. And Luke Moeller right now, as he'll fix his mask with 6:53 to go. He has stopped 21 of 24 shots. The #1 All-States goalie. And he has absolutely earned every bit of it. The respect that he has across the state at being the best goalie in the league. This will be out of the zone by the Capitals. Make that by Yankton. Jace Hand with a quick pass up ahead for Dodson. 2 seconds to go on the power play. Tucker Rankin will come out of the zone. This will be now a shot and a save made by Moeller. That one coming from Brecken Furman, who made it a 3-0 game a couple minutes ago. Face off to the right of Moeller. This puck will try and make its way around as it's near in front of Moeller, and he's able to cover it right up. Get another whistle. With 6:31 left to go here in this second period.
You talk about Brecken Furman. He's had a really nice game so far. His back checking has been fantastic.
He has moved to that defensive spot, and I think the Capitals, who then lost him for a couple games because of that injury, or had a couple guys with a couple of injuries. This will be iced against the Yankton Bucks. But they've probably played their best hockey at full strength with everybody that has been, when they're all in the lineup. Brecken Furman being a defense, A&B moving up to the forward. I think that was a turning point to the season for the Capitals, who seem to get the most out of this team. Whenever those guys, everybody's been in the line. Here's Dodson with a shot. He goes against the grain, and it goes just wide. This will be played back here on the near side. This will be turned over. That puck, that will be turned over to Braden Berkland. Now a chance for Yankton moving back in. Waiting for it. That shot goes off of a stick. It stays in play, though. Looked like it might have gone to the netting. Jace Hand turned and looked at it, but stayed in play. Tucker Rankin in the neutral zone, right at the red line at center ice. Grady Van Cleve will send it deep into the offensive zone. First one to it is Furman for the Capitals. 5:45 left to go here in the second period. Turned over. Tucker Rankin now has it. He'll turn for the corner and send it back to the far end corner on the right wing. Out to the blue line. Goes back down for O'Connor. And then that pass would try to go a little give and go for O'Connor. It was intercepted by Dodson. O'Connor was able to knock that puck free. A couple guys go into the boards. Dodson and Rankin. It is going to be held for Berkland. He tried to go back again, but it was blocked. And now we get a whistle with the Capitals possessing the puck. And Dodson on the ice. He spilled into the boards pretty hard. And can't see with where that was at. A couple guys, they ran their shoulders together. And then I think Dodson took the worst of it, slipping into the boards.
And he's down on his knees. Teammates are surrounding. He's a little shook up. That was a pretty hard hit that he took. But that exchange after that play, you didn't see it, but Kylan O'Connor was coming on the back post where the Yankton Bucks were trying to get a pass over there, and he was wide open as Dodson gets up under his own power and he's going to make his way over to the bench.
He kind of patted his chest like maybe it just, however he went in there, maybe knocked the wind out of him. As it will be an offensive zone face-off. And again, the play continued because Yankton still had possession of the puck. Once the Capitals got it, that's when they blew the play dead, especially with him in the defensive zone. Face-off will be to the left of Jason. It'll be won here by the Yankton Bucks, but the pass comes out of the zone. Hunhoff will send it around as they have to tag back up. Asher Vandenbos can't get out of the zone. This pass over for Hunhoff again. He'll try and stick handle away from Logan Anderson. Pedersen back over for Schramm, then tipped away, and then he is tripped up. Play will continue. I think the way that Hunhoff had it, that he really couldn't do much but kind of spin out Logan Anderson. Here's a shot by Patterson. Rebound. They will score. The rebound by Patterson makes it 3-1. He initially fanned on it. Watch the replay. I don't know if we're going to see it from this angle, but we'll go to the other one. He had initially fanned on that rebound. Yeah, he had two whacks at it and barely got it between hand and the post. We'll watch this, the main camera replay, but the first shot was stopped. He fanned on that second rebound, or the first rebound, then the second chance was the one that was able to put it in. And Jack Pedersen, who had 15 goals in the regular season, has now got the Yankton Bucks faithful back on their feet as Braden Berkland nearly got free away from Brecken Furman. This will be moved around. As Caden Hunoff now moves, make that for Berkland. He'll move in, looking, waiting, a big save made by Jason, who waited out that opportunity. Keep this a 3-1 game.
And you have to know the Yankton Bucks get a little confidence off that last Pedersen goal.
This face-off will be to the right, left of hand. I mean, we talked about the Yankton Bucks needing at least one before the end of the period. Now they're feeling like maybe they can get within one before the end of this period. Berkland moves in. That pass, that'll be off of Brecken Furman. He's going to get back out of the crease to help his goalie out. And then Furman will move it up, and it will be picked up here by Dodson. Pass will go up ahead. That is a good diving play by Tucker Rankin to tip it away from Aiden Beam. It does go in the offensive zone, but Yankton will absolutely take that. 4 minutes to go here in the second period. This comes out of the zone. Cooper Beestrom, he'll send it back in deep for the Capitals, who will go off to make a change. As now up the boards, it's going to be Ian Schweitzer that will pick it up. His pass over for Anderson. That's tipped out of the zone. Beestrom calmly goes back over to Anderson on the near side. And then he'll swipe it back into the offensive end. Logan Brown will win the race over the puck. He gets pushed down by Kate Schramm. It'll come around here to the near side with 3.5 to go in this second period. Braden Berkland into the offensive zone. And this will be a penalty coming up against the Capitals. The Yankton fans were ready for that penalty before it ever happened.
I think the fans called it.
I couldn't tell if it was a slash or a hold. It looked like a slash at first, but I couldn't tell if the referee had called it a slash or a hold. We'll watch the replay here in just a moment. But it is going to be a hold, I think. And it is. With the first one here for Logan Brown, looked like it could have been a slash, but then I think he grabbed a hold of it. It was the first penalty against the Capitals. And the first power play now for Yankton. Pelican Power Sports power play. 3:20 to go here in the second period. Pass will come here to the near side for Murphy. It is now moved here to the near end on that left wing. Berkland back out for Murphy. Stray away. That shot goes wide. Rebound. That one was stopped by Jace Hand. I don't know how he got a piece of that one. This will be in the corner where it's going to be picked up. And that pass will go across after it went off of a stick. Back out for Kate Hunoff. Hunoff's pass down to the right wing side below the face-off circle. Nearly lost by Rankin. He'll throw it back out to Hunoff. Cross-ice pass for Murphy. Walks in. That shot and a save by Hand. Rebound is loose, and it's going to be behind the net. Van Rokel up ahead. Berkland will make that. Murphy keeps in the offensive zone. Walks the blue line. Save is made. Rebound, they score! It is a 3-2 game. A power play goal, and all of a sudden, with 2:31 to go, we are now at a point where the Yankton Bucks are right back into it. As we check out again the replay here.
A nice looking power play goal here by the Yankton Bucks.
On the back door, right on the doorstep, no one had kept Braden Berkland off of it. And he's able to make it 3-2.
And the Yankton Bucks just throwing that on goal, looking for a tip in front, and got the rebound.
And wide open was Berkland. With 2.5 to go. Now Yankton feels like, hey, how about we try and go tie this hockey game up before the end of this second period? It is going to be Anders Van Olsen and Kate Hunoff with the 2 assists. as this will be up ahead for the Capitals at the blue line. Bowder trying to fight for the puck. Good keep in by the Capitals. It is now Dotson. That shot goes off of a stick and into the netting, and we get a whistle. And again, you can see as we show the replay again of this goal, wide open on that side here, which is closest to us, that near side, and Berkland wide open goal to make it 3-2.
Good job, Yankton Bucks there, just throwing it at the goal, looking for a tip in front.
2:06 left to go here in the second period. Face-off will be to the left of Moeller. This will be moved up ahead, and now it's going to be moved along 2-on-2. Easton Anderson, lost the handle of it. Anderson, though, will get it back from the corner. Anderson now, he is shrugged off the puck. Capitals, that's off the glass. It'll be out of the zone. And it's going to be picked up by Isaac Dimmer. Knocked down by Aiden Beam in the offensive zone onside for the Capitals. 1:35 left to go here in the second. We had a scoreless first period, and now it is 3-2 for the Hawaii Capitals, who led 3-0 at one point in this game. Dylan Dotson. This will be moving in. Schweitzer will have it, and then Dotson goes down. Fans yelling for the Capitals are not going to get the call. But now we get a whistle, and I think the Capitals have too many guys on the ice. They're going to go on the penalty kill again. Too many on the ice for the Capitals.
And that's a big penalty here. With Yankton down 1, you're going to put them on the power play here.
Yeah, you can see right there, there's 6 guys, all for the Capitals.
With a bench penalty here.
And so it's Logan Brown that will go serve it.
And the Pelican Power Sports power play is in effect again for the Yankton Bucks. They scored on the last one at 2:31 as a power play goal.
The special teams were the difference, especially in that last game between Yankton and Oahe. The shorthanded goals and the power play goals for Yankton. Right now, it could be the difference between the Capitals having scored just once so far in their 5 chances. Yankton's looking to go 2 for 2. Murphy with a shot goes wide. Rebound. Jay Sand is really far out of that blue crease. He likes to be aggressive, but it goes off the boards, and it leaves a wide open goal if they can find the rebound off the boards, which are lively here at the Shields Iceplex. Here is Berkland with a shot, and that's caught by the glove of Jay Sand. We get a whistle with 56 seconds to go here in the second period.
And you can bet these last 56 seconds, Yankton wants to get as many shots on goal as they can. So they're going to be firing here. And, of course, in that third period, they're going to come back out in the power play.
Face-off will be to the right of Jay Sand. It was 3-0 for the Capitals. It is now 3-2 in favor of the Caps. Hunoff. Pass here to the near side, Rylan Murphy. That shot got all the way through again, and another really good job by Jay Sand to not allow a rebound.
That was a nice save there by Jay Sand. I don't know how he saw that. Murphy walked that one over, and he had a good look.
Face off with 50 seconds to go. Oh, he gets a couple guys that are too close to that face-off dot. It is going to be picked up here by the Capitals, and it will be set all the way down by Brecken Furman. He didn't get enough air, almost didn't get enough air on it. It was almost knocked down by Yankton. 35 seconds to go. The Capitals now, at one point it felt like Yankton was waiting for that second period to end. Now the Capitals are waiting for the second period to end. But here's Dylan Dotson in shorthanded. Dotson pinned to the boards. And that will be knocked away from him. Final maybe rush down the ice for Yankton. Tucker Rankin with 20 to go. Pass will go across over on the far side. Jack Pedersen. Nice flip for Rylan Murphy, who walks in, but that shot is blocked by Furman. 10 seconds to go in the period. Murphy, as the fans count down the time. Tucker Rankin, pass across over. There's a shot, and that one just missed. It goes into the netting. As I have zeros on my clock, but with 1.8 to go, Luke Bowler, he is leaving his net. Make it 6-on-4 for 1.8 seconds. Capitals aren't going to be able to shoot it down and score 1.8. So Moeller's going to go to the bench. And the Capitals have to win the faceoff here.
It's a puck drop and a swat here. I don't even know if you have time for a pass.
O'Connor will take the faceoff. for the Yankton Bucks, Bonnie for the Capitals. It is 1, and it will end the period as we will head to the second in a 3-2 game. And again, hear the energy in the building right now, Jim. Both fan bases, again, are happy with how the outcome of this second period happened. I think the Capitals fans are a little bit more nervous at how the period finished. But Yankton's saying, boy, we were down 3-0, and now it's 3-2. This, as the Capitals are leaving, and the Yankton fans that are here, a little bit of some gamesmanship by moving the Capitals off the ice, and I'm sure the Capitals fans will reciprocate when Yankton leaves the ice. But what a second period this was between the Capitals and the Yankton Bucks. And we thought this could be a really good first game of the state tournament. It is turning into a really, really good first game of the state tournament. We'll step aside. We'll come back with our second intermission report as you're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pier and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pier and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
Oh, shut the water off! Shut the water off! Oh, don't give me that look. I know you said to call Allied Plumbing and Heating. I read the instructions and I watched a couple of videos. I thought that I had this. Let me watch a couple more videos and I'll take care of it. Just go to your sister's. I'll have it fixed. Hello, Allied Plumbing and Heating. I need your help.
You can rely on your allies at Allied Plumbing and Heating. 605-494-2001. Whether you're a pro contractor or a weekend warrior, your project deserves more than just a big box store. It deserves a local touch. At Bauman Lumber in Fort Pierre, we've been helping build South Dakota since 1996. From foundation to finish work, we carry everything. Lumber, trusses, custom cabinets, and windows. With over 150 combined years of experience, our team doesn't just sell materials, we provide the expertise to get the job done right. Stop by Bauman Lumber on Sail Barn Road or visit us at baumanlumber.com. Bauman Lumber, your local partners in building a better home.
Hi, it's Jason from Leisure Palace. Spring is closer than you think, and now's the time to plan your backyard upgrade before the rush hits. We have beautiful new patio furniture arriving daily, built for comfort and durability, along with stunning fire tables to keep your space cozy and warm. Also, make this the year you invest in relaxation and wellness with a new spa from Hot Springs, Caldera, or Free Flow Spas. And if you're ready to warm up and feel better right now, our saunas are in stock and ready to go. Proudly serving the entire state of South Dakota, and remember, we guarantee the lowest prices. Leisure Palace, pool, spa, and patio, creating your perfect escape.
Hello, I'm Pastor Jeff Lathrop of Pier First United Methodist Church, and I'd like to invite you to join us in person for worship on Sunday mornings at 8:30 a.m. or 11 a.m. You can also join us on Facebook Live or on KCCR 1240 a.m. or 98.9 FM for our Sunday morning broadcast at 11 a.m. Come worship with us at First United Methodist Church, where you will find open hearts, open minds, and open doors.
As we welcome you back, it is a 3-2 game. At the end of two periods, the Hawaii Capitals lead the Yankton Bucks on the South Dakota Hockey scoreboard. John Wickler alongside Jim Lloyd. As you look at the stats right there, Ian Schweitzer, Dylan Dodson, and Brecken Furman all scored for the Capitals to make it a 3-0 game. But Jack Pedersen and Braden Berklin have made it 3-2 as Jay Sands stopped 20 of 22 shots. Luke Mueller stopped 22 of 25 shots to this point. And that was a very much a period of runs. You say that in a game of basketball, or maybe sometimes even in football, mostly in basketball, but hockey gets a game of runs. 3-0 for the Caps, and then the last two goals belong to Yankton. And this is a really good hockey game through two periods.
It is. You know, the Yankton Bucks have really cleaned it up in that period, especially to being down 3-0. It's pretty easy when you're down 3-0 is to, continue to play sloppy or not get things organized. They settled themselves down. There was a bench timeout, and Yankton is back on the track and now have a good opportunity here to get this thing tied up.
Absolutely, and it is a opportunity here for the Capitals and the Yankton Bucks. If they can get that next goal, Jeff Anderson says, next goal is a big one. Still 43 seconds left to go on the power play for Yankton. Can they make it a 3-3 game, or can the Capitals kill it off and make it a 4-2 game? Not that, again, a 3-3 game doesn't necessarily mean that Yankton, they did come all the way back, doesn't mean that they're going to win the hockey game. And a 4-2 lead certainly doesn't make that the Capitals are going to win the hockey game. But that next one, that momentum turns in one of these two teams' favors. And you got to think for both these teams, even though the Capitals are just 1 for 5 in the power play, you have to stay on the penalty box in this third period. You cannot let special teams and a power play goal be the reason why you're not advancing the state semifinals.
Well, it's been a game of special teams. Each team getting in a power play goal, and coming out of the locker room, Yankton's going to be on that power play, and that's where you want to be. Absolutely.
This will be an opportunity for this Yankton team to get right back going again. And, if they can score in the first 43 seconds, they're really going to feel like they can get that next one after that. They feel like things can continue to flow for them if they get this next one.
And I thought Yankton did a really nice job on their power play. Of course, at 2:31, Berkland scores on a power play. But then this last power play, this last minute that they've played, they were very organized and got some good quality shots. And their power play does look pretty good in that period. So they have to feel real good about themselves coming out into the third period being on a power play.
I try to. It's still new here, but still trying to get the star the goals that are scored. But I started the first 3 for the Capitals, and I forgot to start the last 2. So I'm not going to show I'm not going to try and figure out which ones were goals for Yankton by showing you random replays. So I'm not going to show you any of the replays, mostly because I am a Capitals broadcaster. The home team is the Oahe Capitals for me, so it's going to sound, it's going to look kind of weird. So I'm just not going to show any of the replays of the goals in that second period. But it was a really good second to make it a 3-2 game for the Capitals, leading Yankton in this second period. Let's take another break. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Weatherall Roofing and Insulation is a family-owned business that has served Central South Dakota for over 25 years. Weatherall Roofing and Insulation specializes in metal roof restorations and flat roof repair. They also offer the highest quality insulation using closed-cell polyurethane foam and blow-in fiberglass. For all your roofing or insulation needs, make Weatherall your first choice. And remember, just foam it.
It starts with a little push, a hand to hold, and the courage to step onto the ice for the very first time. But somewhere along the way, you stop needing a hand to hold. You find your edge, you find your grit, and you realize you are never skating alone. The future of hockey is waiting with South Dakota Hockey.
When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at envirotechwaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
The Fieldhouse in Pierre is the perfect place to sit back and watch the state hockey tournament with friends and family. The Fieldhouse with a full bar gives you that feeling like you're at the game without having to leave town, with a selection of your favorite concession-type food, and who doesn't love some pizza? There's free popcorn, peanuts, and Gardettos to complement any of your snack cravings while enjoying the games on one of the many big screen TVs. The Fieldhouse, 2013 East Gate Avenue in Pierre, your place for the game this weekend. Go Caps!
The puck drops, the crowd roars. South Dakota hockey is in full swing. Capital City Ford is proud to support this year's state varsity hockey tournaments and celebrate the dedication, teamwork, and passion of every player on the ice. To all the seniors, congratulations on an incredible season. Whether you're heading off to college or staying close to home, we're here for all of your automotive needs. Stop by Capital City Ford in Pierre. We'll get you on the road to your next adventure. Capital City Ford in Pierre, driven by community, powered by you.
Need cool as heck logoed caps, t-shirts, and snuggly sweatshirts fast? Get them at Cotton & Customs Embroidery and Screen Printing Studio in Volga. Their cool new, faster screen printing technique means no more plasticky, dried-out lettering to peel off after a few washings. No logo? Let Cotton & Customs design and digitize one for you, free. See their colorful embroidered logos really pop. Click cottonandcustoms.com. Let's brand your brand together.
As we welcome you back, it is 3-2 for the Oahe Capitals over the Yankton Bucks at the end of two periods. As you look at the bracket, our next game is Sioux Falls East and Aberdeen. Sioux Falls East is the number 2 seed. Sioux Falls West the number 4 seed. So Sioux Falls, there's 2 Sioux Falls on there, as there is every year. There have been for the last 6 years now, since 2020, the 1920 season. There's been 2 Sioux Falls teams. But Sioux Falls East is number 2. They'll take on Aberdeen next. 5 o'clock it'll be Sioux Falls West against Brookings in that 4-5 game, and then at 7:30 Rushmore and Watertown to wrap up night 1. But Jim, going into this third period here, what do the Capitals need to do to finish off a win?
Well, they had a lot of pucks in front in that first period that they couldn't touch along, but they need to keep Luke Moeller moving. On the ones that they were successful on, they had him side to side. A lot of these, there was 2 assists on that goal at 10:55. Everybody touched it on that line. You got to get him moving. It's pretty hard to shoot straight around him.
And then the Yankton Bucks, who are down by 1, they have the momentum right now at the end of the second period. How do they keep that momentum, get the game tied? How do they make sure they get this win here in this game?
Well, it should be easy to get your momentum up because you come out 43 seconds on a power play here. They've had good success scoring 1 power play goal, and they had a lot of good opportunities at the end of this power play. They have to come out. You score one here on the power play if you're Yankton, and now you've got a game. Now you could get that momentum right on past the Oahe Capitals.
From a 3-0 lead to a 3-2 game, we head to the third period next. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Fuel, quality service. That's the DJ's Cenex promise. Derek and Maggie Dell are proud supporters of local hockey. Swing by for a quick refuel and experience the local friendly service and clean atmosphere that makes a difference. We're more than just a gas station. We're your hometown partner on the road. Get ready, because the best is getting even better. Our brand new state-of-the-art car wash upgrade is coming soon to give your vehicle the VIP treatment it deserves. DJ Cenex, fueled by community, driven by you.
Do something to launch your future at Lake Area Tech. It's a living, working, thought-producing environment to help you level up in the workforce. Combined with hands-on training and real-world experience, you'll be ready to find a high-paying career you'll love right out of school, the way 99% of our graduates do. It's the best return on your college investment, the quickest path to your future success. Lake Area Tech, the start of something new.
Stulkin Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our #1 priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stulkin Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
As our Aberdeen teams take the ice at the state hockey tournament, we're cheering them on from home and inviting you to come see where that pride begins. Aberdeen is a community that rallies together, on the ice, in our schools, and across our local businesses. From great food and unique shopping to year-round events and family fun, there's always something happening here. So when the tournament wraps up, make plans to visit. Discover what makes Aberdeen worth the trip at aberdeensd.com.
As we welcome you back, we are ready to go for our third period. It is the Hawaii Capitals leading 3-2 on the South Dakota Hockey scoreboard. And it is 43 seconds left in the power play to get us rolling for Yankton, who has control of the opening faceoff of this third period. Pass will come across over on that far side. It is tipped along. Aiden Beam will send it down the ice for the Capitals. They need to kill this off. If you're Oahe, you need to kill this off right away. Yankton, maybe it's not a must-score situation with only having less than a minute, but if they're the Capitals, it really feels like a must-stop here. 15 to go on the power play. Going to get back to 5-on-5. But Tucker Rankin will have it in the offensive zone here for Kate Hunhoff. One quick chance here for the Yankton Bucks. That shot, they score! It is tied at 3. It snuck through Jay's hand, and it is a 3-3 tie. As you look at the replay, that shot came out of your picture, but Jay Sand just couldn't quite get down on it.
He had it stopped. He just didn't get enough of it.
And a power play goal from Rylan Murphy makes it a 3-3 tie here in the first minutes of this third period. And it is a power play goal. 2 for 2 on the man advantage. And now we are back to square one. Here comes Jack Pedersen in. Backhander save made by hand. Comes here to the near side. Tucker Rankin gets the assist, as well as also Caden Hunhoff. It is Landry Van Rokel. Well, it was a 3-0 game. Now it's a 3-3 game. The third time that Yankton has come back from a multiple goal deficit. They did it 2-0 twice. Now a 3-0 game they've come back from. 15:40 left to go here in the third period. This will be up ahead. Easton Velick trying to find the handle of it. It was nearly kept in the offensive zone by Logan Brown. It is now Dylan Dodson. He got knocked off of his stick. Braden Berkland carries in the offensive zone. Berkland trying to go back door. They will score again! It is a 4-3 lead for Yankton. It was tipped in, I believe, by Rylan Murphy. We'll watch the replay.
If that's Rylan Murphy, that's back-to-back for him.
Coming down the ice, off of hand, and it slid right between his legs. And it's now a 4-0 lead. Rylan Murphy gets back-to-back goals. And they have not only erased a 3-goal deficit, they have taken the lead.
What about that pass from Berkland?
And Berkland has been one of the best players in this hockey game. He's been all over the ice. Rylan Murphy smelling blood in the water right now. Jay Sand makes the save with 15-17 to go.
And Rylan Murphy getting 2 quick ones, just seconds apart. And he's on a hat trick watch for the rest of this one.
And what we say about this Yankton team being down multiple goals in the open
doesn't faze them.
It's not going to faze them. As much as the Capitals needed a 3-0 lead, they got it, but Yankton again was still unfazed. And how about that timeout from Terry Pedersen, head coach of Yankton? Took the timeout, and it has led now to 4 straight goals, and the Capitals are playing from behind now for the first time in this game.
Yeah, that Yankton goal or Yankton timeout at the beginning, they've had the momentum ever since.
And since that timeout, Luke Moeller has stopped everything in front of him. 23 saves on 26 shots. This has been, I mean, we didn't tee it up to say that the Capitals were going to take a 3-0 lead and Yankton was going to come back, but we definitely said that this game was not going to be over with any lead for the Capitals. This game is still far from over. We still got basically all the third period to go before we get to the end of this one. It's a 1-goal hockey game. Capitals are down by just 1. This will be now O'Connor that has it for the Yankton Bucks. It makes a move, still in, but can't get a shot away. Then is pushed away by the Capitals. This will go down for an icing. And if you're the Caps, you'll take that icing right now. They had to clear the zone.
Capitals just a little bit back on their heels, and why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you be? Ryland Murphy had 2 back-to-backs, and Yankton 4-3. They were down 3-0.
14:31 to go here in the third period. An incredible comeback, but there's still time left in this game. Yankton feels like they can end up with a 6-3 win at this point. The way they've been scoring goals, they're not done by just taking a 1-goal lead. And this will be cleared down the ice and won't go far enough for an icing. O'Connor will get to it, makes a nice move, then he goes down to the ice. His play will continue. Van Rokel will get right back up. That pass is blocked by Schweitzer. Out to the blue line, walking in. Hunt off with a shot. That one, I don't know how that one went wide. Might have been tipped just barely wide. Schweitzer and Beestrom fighting for the puck. Now Schweitzer has it. He lost the puck. Pedersen sends it to the net, sticked away by hand. Behind the net it is. That centering pass started to come back out. Had a loose stick. O'Connor had to go retrieve his stick in the neutral zone. Anderson pass across over for Dodson. He had it knocked off of his stick, and now a chance to the other way for Pedersen. That's a slap shot by Pedersen that goes over the top of the crossbar. And then Hunoff lost the puck. I think that Schramm lost the puck to Dodson. Dylan Dodson on the near side in the left wing on his off wing. He lost the puck. Logan Brown tried to pick it back up, but Yankton will move it. It is moved up here by Hunhoff and sent into the offensive zone. How short do these shifts become now for Yankton to try and keep everybody fresh? Here's a chance they could have got a pass free up to Beam, but Bowder couldn't get enough to get that pass up. It was knocked away from him. Now Beam will turn with it. He'll turn it back over to Berkland. And Braden Berkland, good stick there from Beam. Picked back up by Murphy and a save made. And there was that chance for a near hat trick.
Berkland and Murphy putting the pressure on in that offensive zone for the Yankton Bucks.
Face-off will come to the left of hand with 12:49 to go here in the third period. Berkland will take it for Yankton. It is won, though, by Dodson, not out of the zone. Isaac Dimmer's shot is blocked. A chance for a 3-on-2 now for the Capitals, but Beam lost the handle of the puck. He got caught into the boards, and he lost the handle of the puck. It does result in an icing by Yankton, but that's one that Aiden Beam probably would like to have back to move up the ice. This face-off with 12:36 to go will be to the left of Luke Moeller, with his team now in the lead. 4-3 on the South Dakota Hockey scoreboard. Schweitzer will take the face-off for the Capitals. This will be won by Yankton by Easton Anderson. It comes here to the near side. It's held in by Beestrom. That pass started to come to the front of the net. It was knocked away by a skate. It's held in by the Capitals to the corner, and around it comes to the near side. Off of Cooper Larson, turned over, shot wide by Schweitzer. This one tried to send back to the net. It went off of Cooper Larson, skates right to Schweitzer, but he shot it wide of Moeller. And this, for the Capitals, as this is behind the net for Larson, you know how good Luke Moeller is. Even though you beat him 3 times, you feel like everything's got to be a perfect shot to try and beat Moeller. This will be from the far side out to the faceoff circle. Backdoor feed, they score! Yankton will take a 5-3 lead. This is Cooper, make that Dawson Toms his 4th goal of the season. And we look at the replay. This will go, as Coach Badger will take his time out. That backdoor feed, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this shot come from Toms. Actually, you will be able to see, he just goes out of the frame, but everybody looking at the puck to the far end of the ice, goes right across, and Dawson Thompson right there is able to get the goal to make it 5-3. Again, Dawson Thompson had 3 goals during the regular season, Jim, and now he's got his first in the state tournament, and it's a 5 straight goals for Yankton and a 5-3 lead for the Bucks. 5 straight goals. If you weren't with us early on, the Oahe Capitals up 3-0 in this one. It was 0-0 at the end of 1, and then it was 3-0. And at 4:53, Yankton went on a rampage and ran 5 in a row, making this a 5-3 game. It's the Yankton team that has been down
before against the Oahe Capitals, and they will not go away. And now, if you're the Oahe Capitals, you've created yourself a little mountain to climb. Being down by 2 here.
You can see that Dawson Toms all by himself on that last replay. He was all by himself on the backdoor opportunity. And this game has flipped on the head. And the Yankton Bucks, who, again, were down 3-0 and took their timeout, have scored 5 straight to lead it 5-3. As here is now Aiden Beam that tries to move in. He goes down from the seat of his pants. He got a shot away. And then the net will come off his moorings. And then Luke Moeller and Dotson start to get into it a little bit. There's a little bit of a push here from Beam, from Van Olsen to Beam.
That's a great opportunity there by Aiden Beam. He took it off the face-off and found himself one-on-one with Moeller. And he goes down and didn't quite get enough on it.
Yeah, that was the face-off's going to come out of the zone. But I think and Coach Badger is saying, hey, our guy got pushed down, and that's the reason why that net came off. It wasn't because our guy just decided to take the net off.
That's exactly what he's arguing right now, as he does have the official's ear.
And the referees are going to talk about this and see what they might, if they do put that in the offensive zone again. Again, they're not going to be talking about a penalty against Yankton, but it would just be the offensive zone face-off. And I think they're going to stick with their call that's going to be leaving. And, again, you might say, what's the difference between a neutral zone face-off and an offensive zone face-off? Capitals did score immediately off of a face-off in the offensive zone in the second period. They won't need everything to go their way right now, down by 2 with 11:30 left to go in the third period. This will be iced by Yankton and be an offensive zone face-off now for the Capitals.
And those face-offs are important. So as a coach, you argue for every one of those that you can get.
Yeah, it's not it's not that far away from one side of the next, but it is something that can be a benefit to the Capitals to have an offensive zone face-off. And again, whether or not it became, Coach Badger wanted to make sure that he had the argument made to see if they would change that to an offensive zone faceoff. Yankton does win that defensive zone draw, and this will be Berkland into the offensive end. That pass goes off the stick. It is loose in front of the net, turned over. That shot, they score! It is 6 straight for Yankton and a hat-trick goal as some of the hats will fall its way to the ice.
And that was a rocket of a shot for Ryland Murphy, as he just teed that one up. And that's what you call a snipe in hockey terms, and he's got his hat trick. He's the guy that made it go here for the Yankton Bucks. He's been a big part of this comeback. It's 6-3.
What once was a 3-0 lead for the Capitals, they now trail by 3 and need 11 minutes. They have just 11 minutes to go to try and overcome a 3-goal deficit. It is going to be set in by Aiden Bowder. That'll be tipped by the stick of Luke Moeller. An unassisted goal for Murphy, a hat trick for Murphy, and now a chance for Berkland back in looking for Murphy, and that one will be passed wide. And this will be a high stick coming up against the Capitals. There's now Murphy make that going to be behind the net as Berkland to pick it up. His pass will go back out as coming to the bench was Moeller. And a high sticking call. It might be seen best on one camera angle here from behind the net. I think it's Bridger Babcock. His stick got caught up and then he kept trying to lift the stick, ended up hitting the helmet. And it was Bridger Babcock that got called for it. And now it's the third power play, which are already 2 for 2, is Yankton. So this power play here for Yankton, Pelican Power Sports power play. They can go up by 4 now. Walking in, pass across, Hunt off the save made. This will be cleared out of the zone by the Capitals. 10:25 left to go here in the third period. It is a third Pelican Power Sports power play for Yankton, who is 2 for 2, and now leading by 3. Brecken Furman out of the zone. Comes up ahead here for Logan Anderson, trying to move it around, but unable to. He tried to stick handle around Hunhoff. And now it's Tucker Rankin. That pass, that'll be offside. It just came out of the zone. And we get a whistle with 10 minutes to go here in the third period.
And that was just barely offsides. That was Pedersen that turned around at the referee.
He thought he was. He
was off to the races.
I was say he thought he had it right at that blue line. Well, right now, the Yankton Bucks, they were in danger of not getting to that state semifinal, and now they're 10 minutes away from reaching it and could go up by 4 with a power play goal. This is Hunt off a crossover. That one will be slapped wide by Yankton. Rankin back out of the point. Hunt off back down to Rankin again from the corner. Yankton has it another time. Berkland, his pass over. That shot is blocked. That coming from Hunthoff on a one-timer. Now behind the net another time here for Yankton. That pass trying to go back out. Dodson nearly got away from it. This pass will come up, and a good glove by Ryland Murphy knocked it away. Otherwise, Dodson could have had a chance for a breakaway. He had 2 opportunities there. The first one was knocked free on the stick. The second one off the glove.
What kind of game is Ryland Murphy having?
I talked about how Braden Berkland was playing so well, but Ryland Murphy has been on fire in the last couple of minutes. I wouldn't say the last couple of minutes. He's had a great game, but the hat-trick goal he's had, all 3 of them have come in this third period for Ryland Murphy. This will be sent down again. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Capitals will kill this one off. And this all started with a power play goal in the third period by Yankton, who only had 43 seconds remaining of a power play. This is tipped by Furman into the offensive zone for Yankton, though. Dawson Toms, who's got a goal. Easton Anderson will send it off to Cooper Larson, who shot that one just high. This one in front and nearly was slapped in by Easton Anderson, a one-timer. Brecken Furman, 8:15 left to go. This will be iced by the Capitals. Both teams do not have their timeout, but obviously the Yankton Bucks are the team that feels like they don't need the timeout right now. Oahe would probably like to have another timeout to come their way. Again, if the Capitals can't come back, they will play at 12 o'clock tomorrow against the loser of Sioux Falls East and Aberdeen. If Yankton holds on to now this 3-goal lead, they will play at 5 o'clock tomorrow in the state championship semifinals against the winner of Sioux Falls East and Aberdeen. This will be held at the neutral zone. Logan Anderson moves in. Anderson tries to cut free. He's knocked down. That one from Maxwell Weisenberger. 4 players are battling for the puck. Make that 5 players battling for the puck. And this will come up ahead for Yankton. 2-on-2 in the offensive zone. Trying to split the defense. That shot got through. That one coming from Weisenberger, who moved all the way up to try and make that play. And then here's a penalty coming up against Yankton. And it was...
That is going to be on Weisenberger.
And so, Weisenberger is going to go for a slash. And now with 7:30 to go, the 6th power play of the day for the Capitals. They have to score. There is no... You got to just have a good power play. You have to score if you want to make a comeback. This has to be a goal for the Capitals right now.
Yeah, and quicker the better here for the Capitals on this power play.
So Weisenberger is going to go for the 2 with the slash called. And see if the Caps, on their 6th power play, they're 1 for 5 right now. They scored in a 5-on-3. At that point, made it 2-0. This is going to be held in by Beam. Far end of the ice, grabbed by Yankton. Jack Pedersen, they can be a little bit more free on the penalty kill right now, knowing they're up by 3. This will be sent to hand. He will cover to get the whistle with 7:14 to go. 6-3 on the South Dakota Hockey scoreboard. Jack Pedersen, Braden Berkland got the goals in the second period. Ryland Murphy twice. Dawson Toms, and then Murphy finished off the hat trick. They get 6 straight goals for Yankton to lead by 3 here in this third period. This will be Dylan Dotson that is in. But he lost the puck. O'Connor will pick it up and send it down the ice. And I tell you what, no matter what the final score says in this hockey game, Jim, whether it's a 3-goal win for Yankton, even if they end up winning by 5, this was a heck of a hockey game. Again, Yankton could end up winning this game by 5, but it's still a really, really good hockey game.
It was 0-0 after 1.
It was a 3-0 lead for the Caps. As this will be Yankton again. Capitals can't get anything going to the power play right now with 1 minute to go. Here's Dodson that will pick it up. Chance to move into the offensive zone. Dodson off of his stick to the blue line. Knocked free by Furman. Picked back up by Dodson. Pass will go across over for Beam. And it'll be sent into the offensive zone as the Caps will make a change on their power play. This puck here on the near side will be sent all the way down. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Logan Anderson lost the puck and nearly a shorthanded chance for who other than Rylan Murphy. As Anderson make that Brown carries in the offensive zone. Then Anderson lost an edge. He blew a tire as he tried to move in, and it would have had a good look potentially. 3 Capitals players. It's going to be picked up by Schweitzer, the backhand, but a good stick by Van Olsen. Anders Van Olsen knocked that puck free away from the stick of Schweitzer as the power play will come to an end with 5.5 to go. This is turned over. Here as Anderson walks in. That shot rebound. Another save made by Luke Moeller. And what could have been a 6-4 game is still at a 6-3 lead for the Yankton Bucks.
Oahe Capitals getting the best look after their power play expires, as they were not able to get anything going on their power play.
5:24 remaining here in the third period. Face off. This will be won here by Yankton, but nearly turned over, falling to the ice. One of the Yankton Bucks, that was Grady Van Cleve. This is now Anderson trying to find the handle of it. We'll try and send it back around. 5 minutes to go here in the third period. It is Brown that is pinned to the boards by Van Cleve. Might hit that by Van Olsen. And it's going to be flipped out of the zone. Excuse me, that was Weisenberger. Now it's Murphy with that hat trick. He'll move into the offensive zone. Murphy lost the puck. Berkland centering pass, and that one will be tipped away. That's a hand pass, and that'll be blown dead before they get to before it got to Jay Sand. They blow it dead. And that faceoff will come out of the zone. We do have a South Dakota hockey player of the game coming up. We'll talk with them after the game is over. They're going to do the Hobie Baker Awards as well as mentioning All-State and All-State academic teams. So that'll all come first before we get to our player of the game. So we'll have to wait a little bit longer to be talking here on day one to our player of the game. This will be sent all the way down the ice. This was tipped by the Capitals, but not on the right side of the red line, and it becomes an icing with 4:34 left to go here in the third period. And this Capitals team, again, if they don't come back in this game, which is becoming more and more unlikely, they have to turn things around quickly because they will play at 12 o'clock to try and keep their season alive to the Constellation Championship game. They have to beat either Aberdeen or Sioux Falls East, whichever team does not win in our second game of the day. This will be Isaac Dimmer that will send it up the boards. Keep it in the offensive zone here for Yankton. 4:15 remaining here in the second, make that the third period. Dodson is in, sends it to the net. That was off the stick of Luke Moeller. Comes here to the near side. It is Dodson. Backhand across. That is going to be broken up. Jack Pedersen now will have it. And a 3-on-2 into the offensive zone. That'll be, well, that was just onside. This will be a centering pass to Pedersen, who is on the back door, and it was broken up. Otherwise, it was a 7-3 game. There's no chance for Jay Sand. Either that, he would have made the save of the tournament. This pass off the skates of Pedersen. This is offside right now. Yankton, as the Capitals pick it up, will get it out of their zone. 3.5 minutes to go. This will be iced by Yankton. Isaac Dimmer with a little bit of a reverse hit on Landry Van Roekel. 3:27 to go here in the third period. Wait, what a opening game of the state tournament and a turn of events that we had in this hockey game. If we can get this type of a game, maybe not so much with the comeback that's has turned into a 3-goal lead for Yankton. But if we can get these types of games, we're going to really like this state tournament this year. Not that we haven't in other years prior, but we're going to like how this state tournament rolls out.
Yeah, this game has not been a 6-3 game. You see that on the scoreboard. It was the Oahe Capitals up 3-0.
Capitals have pulled their goalie down by 3. Doesn't matter if you lose by 4 or 5 goals. The accomplishment is trying to win a hockey game. Here's Rylan Murphy with 3 goals right now. He'll move in, try to move around, and a good stick by Aiden Beam, who lost his stick. Pass will come here for Weisenberger, make that for Berklin, and that one off of a skate and into the netting. Jay Sand will have to come back out because it'll be a offensive zone face-off for Yankton with 3:04 to go.
How about that defense there by the Oahe Capitals on an empty net?
You are listening to KCCR FM Blunt, a Riverfront broadcasting station. Face off to the left of hand, who is, again, back in net. We'll see probably him go off for the extra attacker if the Capitals can get it up the ice. Our second game, Sioux Falls East and Aberdeen, scheduled for a 2:30 start. This will make its way into the crowd right below us, but far below us. And this will be with 2:54 left to go. Another offensive zone draw. Again, this is just game 1 of 11 of this state tournament. Face off to the left of hand. It is going to be tried to put towards the net by Easton Anderson. Capitals will try and escape the zone for Dodson, but that's going to be intercepted. That shot maybe goes off the blocker of hand and just over the top of the crossbar. 2:40 remaining here in the third period. This will miss for Aiden Beam. It's going to bounce a little bit in front of the, oh, it will be an icing. It bounced in front of the bench. A little bit of extra snow packed up over there.
Now we have 2 pucks on the ice.
Well,
as that one that came into the stands was returned.
Would have kept it. Would have kept
yeah.
it.
Yeah, you could have got down to that one. It wasn't there far from us.
Would have jumped from where I'm at right now to try and dive down there.
You have your chance yet. Long tournament.
It is a long tournament. I don't know if I really want a puck to come up this way. I'm okay with not seeing a puck at all come up this way. Bridger Babcock here for the Capitals, moving into the offensive zone. 2:25 remaining. This will make its way down. Jay Sand will send it up the ice. It'll be sent over from Van Rokel. Lyle Bonney into the offensive end. He picked up an assist on that Dodson goal. Jay Sand is racing off for that extra attacker again. Making it 6-on-5 another time with 2:05 to go here in the third period. This will be trying to be flipped up by Larson. Now it's turned over. Schweitzer with a shot, and that one hits something and goes into the netting. Maybe off the mask of Luke Moeller.
He's going to adjust his mask. I think you're right. I think that hit him right in the mask.
1:58 left to go here in the third period. And it is the Yankton Bucks leading 6-3 on the South Dakota Hockey scoreboard. Face off to the right of Moeller. Face off is going to be pushed along Tucker Rank, but he lost the puck in his own zone. Otherwise, he was all alone to finish off this hockey game.
He saw that empty net on the far end.
Aiden Beam's shot is blocked as it was trying to be tipped by Bowder. Schweitzer will push that shot wide. Now it'll come here for Dodson. Centering pass, Anderson fanned on it. And now we get a whistle. I believe the net is dislodged. It is.
That was a good opportunity there by the Oahe Capitals.
1:33 remaining here in the third period.
They had Luke Moeller beat with just 1:33 left in this opening round of the state tournament.
Referees, I think, are talking a little bit, but that face-off will...
Oh, we are going to get a penalty here.
Oh, no, yep.
We're going to get a penalty. I didn't see it called initially.
A cross-check is called against Dotson. I believe it is Dotson.
It is going to go on Dotson.
Yeah.
At 1:32, and he is obviously gone for the rest of this game.
Outside of the Yankton Bucks scoring on the power play, but he would like to stay in the penalty box for the rest of this regulation because it gives the Capitals, at least something, because they don't want to give a power play goal, and you can score all those shorthanded goals potentially in 90 seconds.
Oahe Capitals bench Getting an explanation. I didn't see that call right away.
So face-off will be the left of hand. Again, stay tuned. We'll have the post-game show. I'm not so sure we're going to start at 2:30. We're going to start at 2:30 in our second game today. But maybe we'll be able to, but we'll see how things shake out as we're past 2 o'clock already. 1:18 remaining here in the third period. So the Yankton Bucks will advance to the state semifinal. Their first round win in their team history. They did win a couple games last year, but this will be the first time that they'll be in the state semifinal. And they will take on either Sioux Falls East or Aberdeen. This will go all the way down. This will be iced by Yankton as we get down to the final minute, 59 seconds to go. And the Yankton Bucks, Luke Moeller is coming off the ice because they're going to get the backup goalie in. Ryan Turner will go into the game to finish it off. And the student section was cheering for Ryan Turner to come in.
Yep. And Ryan Turner, he's a big goalie. He's got to be one of the bigger goalies in this league.
He is a big guy.
Yep.
All goalies look pretty big with all their pads on, but Ryan Turner definitely does not look like a small goalie. He is really, really tall. 50 seconds left to go. Luke Moeller even acknowledged the student section that was here as he was skating off the ice. Capitals have pulled their goalie again. Anderson will shoot it wide. Easton Anderson, that is. And that pass by Logan Anderson out of the zone. It's going to be set back in the offensive end by Anderson for just a moment. Then a shot that wouldn't have counted. It's delayed offside against Yankton. And it will be touched by Yankton. 29.3 to go. And Ryan Turner giving a little bit of a nod to that Yankton student section, which I think will be even louder tomorrow night at 5 o'clock on a Friday night. They were geared up for a 12 o'clock game here today, but they're going to be even louder tomorrow night when they take on either Sioux Falls East or the Aberdeen Cougars. This shot from the face-off win. Jay Sanders back in net. 23 seconds to go here in the third period. The Capitals led 3-0 in this hockey game. This will be a pass for Dawson Toms that will be missing. But the Caps led 3-0. They led 2-0 the first two times they played. Yankton came back and won 4-2 and 5-2. Now the Caps led 3-0, but Yankton came back again, and they will win it 6-3 over the Oahe Capitals in advance to the state semifinal tomorrow night against the winner of Aberdeen and Sioux Falls East.
And you see the Yankton Bucks coming out of the bench and straight for their student section. You think this game meant something to the Yankton Bucks in the program?
Boy, that is a big program win for the Yankton Bucks to get to that state semifinal. We'll step aside, we'll come back, and we'll have our post-game show. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality-first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help.
It starts with a little push, a hand to hold, and the courage to step onto the ice for the very first time. But somewhere along the way, you stop needing a hand to hold. You find your edge, you find your grit, and you realize you are never skating alone. The future of hockey is waiting with South Dakota Hockey.
Capital City Toyota is proud to sponsor the State Varsity Hockey Tournaments with a special shout out to all the seniors. You've worked hard, now it's your time to shine. Just like a championship team, we bring the funnest car buying experience in South Dakota. Find your perfect new or pre-owned ride today. Good luck to all the teams and seniors from Capital City Toyota.
Stulken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our #1 priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stulken Peterson LLP. 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre.
As we welcome you back, it is a 6-3 win for the Yankton Bucks as they are doing the Academic All-States, as well as also trying to get, they will do, again, all the Academic All-State and the Hobie Baker Award as well. And for the Yankton Bucks at Academic All-State, Garrett Haas, Caden Hunoff, Kobe Koletsky, Jack Pedersen, Luke Moeller, Jason Lachuk, Ryan Turner, Grady Van Cleve, and Anders Van Olsen. And then Bridger Babcock, Aiden Beam, and Asher Vandenbos for the Capitals. Let's go down for the we'll go down for the Hobie Baker with Luke Moeller getting it.
And our Hobie Baker Award winner for Oahe, Bridger Babcock. And now, our All-State team members from each of the teams. First for Yankton, your first team All-State goaltender, Luke Moeller. And the second team of forward, Tucker Redden. And second team defense, Caden Hunoff. Congratulations to all of our award winners for both teams. Thank you. We'll be announcing our player of the game here in just a moment.
And we will talk to our player of the game, as it will be Rylan Murphy, who had the hat trick.
Our player of the game for today's game. With the hat trick, Rylan Murphy.
And we'll send things down to Jim Lloyd here in just a moment. He's got to get a picture taken first, and then we'll be able to talk with Jim Lloyd.
All right, I'm down here in the Yankton Bucks bench with our South Dakota Hockey player of the game. Rylan, you got down in this one, 3-0. Your bench called timeout. What was said because you guys went on a run after that?
We weren't worried one bit. We came into this game thinking we were going to start off stronger than usual on this team, and we started off the same as always, but
showing pretty good confidence. You started out in that game at 16:21 in the third period. You started the hat trick rampage. Tell us how that went.
oh man, I couldn't have done it without this team. Power play really put us up. That's all I gotta say.
All right, talk a little bit about your teammates. You guys are going to the semifinals.
We're all excited. We expect nothing less from this team. We can only go up from here.
All right, that is our South Dakota Hockey. And the Yankton Bucks are going to the semifinals for the first time ever.
So it is a 6-3 win as Rylan Murphy is our player of the game with those 3 goals as the Yankton scored the final 6 of the game. Jack Pedersen and Braden Berkland, after it was 3-0, all the scoring in that second period. It was a 3-0 lead for the Capitals. Ian Schweitzer from Dylan Dodson and Brecken Furman made it a 3-0 game. Ian Schweitzer, Dylan Dodson, and Brecken Furman made it a 3-0 game. All with 10:57 to go in the second period. That's all in that first 6 minutes and 3 seconds. Then Jack Pedersen and Braden Berkland made it 3-2 after 2. Rylan Murphy in the first minute got a power play goal. He scored again to make it a 4-3 lead. Dawson Toms added on to it to make it 5-3. And then Murphy with a power play goal to make it a 6-3 lead. And that is the final score of this game, as it is a 6-3 win for the Yankton Bucks, who advance to the second round and to the state championship state semifinal tomorrow at 5 o'clock. 12 o'clock for the Capitals. They will face the team that falls in this game between Sioux Falls East and Aberdeen. We will step aside. We'll probably be back on the air about 5 minutes from now to get going again. So we're going to go back to regular programming, basically for a song or two, maybe just one song on Capital City Rock. Then we'll come back with Sioux Falls East and Aberdeen. That is scheduled for a 2:30 puck drop. It will not be at 2:30 because we have at least 13 minutes. A straight 13 minutes to go. Make that 23 minutes before we get that game started. So we will step aside. We'll come back here in about 5 minutes or so and get you set for Sioux Falls East and Aberdeen as the Capitals will fall to Yankton after a 3-0 lead. Yankton comes back for a third time and will win it 6-3 over the Oahe Capitals. Back with our second game coming up after this. You've been listening to the State Tournament on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
State Varsity Hockey Tournament on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports, presented by the South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association. The State Hockey Tournament is brought to you by Zander Auto Parts, the Aberdeen Chamber, Wagner Auto, Allied Plumbing and Heating, Weatherall, The Field House, Bauman Lumber, DJ's Cenex, Stulkin Peterson LLP, Capital City Ford, Lincoln and Toyota, River Bottom Sanitation, First United Methodist Church, Hermanson Endodontics, Envirotech, Lake Area Technical College, Leisure Palace, May Adam, Pelican Power Sports, and First Dakota National Bank. Join us all weekend for more state tournament hockey action on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting, Central South Dakota's sports leader.